has been 0 days since our last nonsense. I am late to stream again. It's fine. Listen, it's fine. God. Also, this game has such nice menu music that I'm like, maybe I should just let the menu music play over my starting soon screen, because it's just nice and it's jazzy. I would have to then like check with my sources for that, but a thought. I may consider it. Anyway, welcome back to Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane, and also my pretty new layout. I actually have about panels now, and I have a proper banner image that is not just a gradient that I threw together in Clip Studio Paint. My little guy is on my page now. I don't know if you can see her very well, but my little chibi is technically on screen. She's probably hidden by the stream right now. But I have a real actual streamer layout, guys, not just part of one. Also, speaking of things that have happened since last week, I have a VOD channel now. I have a VOD channel now, and it took all week of me fighting YouTube to make that VOD channel. But the first stream of Tyrion Cuthbert is now up on that channel. Yay! Hi, Kume. Kume, you had, like, more faith in me than you should have had for me getting here on time. You could have bet more than a penny. Anyway, let us begin the Arcane Attorneys. I also don't know if this is the last part of I assume it's the last part of this case. But I'm not completely sure. I also need to check. I was given a Pearl of Wisdom for this case, and I should probably check it before I start playing, in case it's, like, immediate. What was it? First section. Oh, it's for case 2. Never mind. We're going in completely blind for the rest of this. God. Hopefully my voice will do better today. Last week was very tiring. I was playing a lot of gruff old men, but also, like, I could have taken more steps to protect my voice from that. I did not. So hopefully today will be a little bit better. Hello, Cuthbert. Oh, hi, Miss Tamora. You're a lot less jumpy than you were yesterday. I'm glad to see that you're finally getting used to things. So, what did you find in your investigation? You tell Miss Tamora about everything you've learned over your investigation. There aren't a lot of clues that point to what actually happened. Yeah, I know a lot of details about the crime scene, but nothing about the crime. This means I'll have to rely solely on pointing out contradictions in the witnesses' testimonies. Being reactive to the prosecution's moves is a valid strategy. Honestly, I think it was a miracle that you got the commander to cooperate with you at all. Right. You almost forgot. Commander White appears to really have it out for Miss Tamora. Yeah, that's what we'll call it that. Actually, I wanted to ask about that. Did something happen between you and Commander White? I'm on the edge of my seat. I need to know. Are you kidding? Miss McCoy, please proceed to the courtroom with your counsel.
Let's go, Tyrion. The trial's about to start.
You should go. The judge is waiting. Right. Another secret is left buried between you two. I don't trust her, but in a fun and interesting way. Court is now resumed for the trial of Celeste McCoy. Let us review the proceedings from yesterday. It will be for another time. One day we will find out if Commander White fucked my mom. I don't know what the judge just said there, if he said something. Yesterday, the defense presented some shocking oversights made during the investigation.
Yes, I personally saw to it that the investigation was conducted properly this time.
I see. I suppose that puts my mind at ease.
At yesterday's trial, we found an inconsistency between the crime scene photo and the autopsy report. Because of this, the defense tried to push the following narrative: that a third party must have interfered with the crime scene to frame the defendant. Perhaps a fourth person came in, or a fifth person. However, the prosecution has discovered another explanation. Because of that, the individual who discovered the body would like to testify as to what he saw that night. His eyewitness account will clear up what actually happened.
Oh, hi, Sina. Interesting. It was my understanding that the individual in question wanted to remain anonymous. It's gonna be... what's his face?
Supposedly, this witness was within the gallery of the trial yesterday. After yesterday's proceedings, he felt that he couldn't stay silent any longer.
So that's her plan. But why would the witness change his mind like that? Did Steelwind persuade him? Or is something else happening here? Very well. Let's hear from this witness. Oh, it's this guy. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. I don't remember what voice I gave him. My name is Reese Reginald Rudolph. I'm a chauffeur of the equine variety. Horse. Reese Rudolph, servant. I'm terribly sorry, but I'm unfamiliar with that profession.
He means to say that he's a carriage driver.
Oh, I see. But in any case, it is my understanding that you found the body. Am I correct, Mr. Rudolph? Rudolph appears to be writing something in a notebook. He writes with incredible speed. His pen only touches the paper for maybe a second before he's filled an entire page. Mr. Rudolph? Forgive me. I was merely taking notes on the people in this room. Taking notes.
The witness has a certain compulsion to keep a record of every event that he witnesses.
That's totally not going to be a testimony that we rely on later. I see. Then I assume we will receive an accurate testimony of how you found the body? Not a chance in hell. Actually, I witnessed much more than that. I saw the crime as it was being committed. I wrote down everything that I saw. What? That is quite the claim. If that's true, why did you choose to remain silent until now?
We had initially concluded that the evidence alone was decisive enough. Therefore, we saw no need at the time for his testimony. However, those circumstances clearly changed during yesterday's trial.
There's no way the prosecution wouldn't leverage eyewitness testimony from the start. Something else is happening here. Very well. Mr. Rudolph, please testify to the court about what you saw that night. I was transporting a client in my carriage that evening. We were driving by the McCoy Tavern when we heard a disturbance. This occurred at 1:28 a.m. Worried that something was amiss, I walked into the establishment to see what the commotion was about. There I saw the defendant. She was lit by the blue glow of the dining room lights. She had stabbed Flintheart McCoy and was channeling magic into her sword. She removed her sword from Flintheart's chest, and as he slowly turned to face her, she stabbed him again in the front. She soon realized that I had witnessed a heinous crime. She let the body fall to the ground and fled the scene. I don't think that matches up with the picture that we have at all. Incredible. Everything occurred as the witness described, and I see no room for debate.
Of course, the evidence has always been irrefutable.
You don't remember seeing him when you left to look for Celeste, but it was pretty dark. Celeste, did you see the man that night?
No, this is my first time meeting him. And I didn't see him when I ran out of the tavern that night.
So he has to be lying.
Does that mean he's the one who killed my dad?
She tries her best to hide it, but you can sense her restlessness. It's hard to say right now, but it's definitely a possibility. The defense may now begin their cross-examination. I'm like 80% sure that the sword was still in him when we found... Yeah. From the front. Oh, no, wait, it does match up because that's the hilt of it, right? Hold on. Or, yeah. Although it is hard to see. Also, why would she stab him again? Press everything! Who was the passenger in your carriage? Well...
The identity of the passenger is irrelevant. The witness is the one who actually observed the crime as it occurred.
There was another person at the scene. They may also have a crucial testimony.
The passenger is under no obligation to testify before the court. And the current witness's account of events is more than adequate.
I agree. I see no reason for Mr. Rudolph to disclose the identity of their client. The defense must present a more valid reason to do so. This occurred at 1:28 a.m., which is an oddly specific time. I'm assuming this disturbance was the argument between my client and her father? Yes, I heard two voices, one young female and one gruff male. Presumably these were the voices of Celeste and Flintheart McCoy. Right, that matches up with what their neighbors heard too.
What did you do after hearing this disturbance, Mr. Rudolph?
I'm worried that something was amiss and walked into the establishment. You stopped your carriage in the middle of a job? That seems pretty abnormal for a carriage driver. What did your passenger think of this? He had no quarrel with it. What kind of passenger would be okay with stopping mid-drive?
The passenger's thoughts on the matter are irrelevant to this testimony. Unless you have any hard evidence to prove otherwise. Now then, please tell us what you saw in the establishment, Mr. Rudolph.
Blue glow of the dining room lights. They don't have that, do they? Hold on, checking. That's the wrong button. Broken power cell. Yeah, the lights were not operational. Mr. Rudolph, you testified that you saw my client murdering the victim. And you supposedly saw her casting magic while doing so? Yes, I can never forget such a grisly sight. That moment was burned into my memory. I see. Well, it's funny you say that. Sleepy. How so? Because your entire testimony was a complete lie. What?
Are you accusing the witness of perjury? Surely you know that such accusations can't be made lightly, Mr. Cuthbert.
My accusation is far from baseless, Prosecutor Steelwind. Ooh, violin piece. Take a look at this report. It's giving the outer senshi transformation theme from Sailor Moon. The dining room lights are artificery devices that are powered by an arcane power cell. It is I assure you, it's quite based. However, that same arcane power cell was broken during the time of the murder. The dining room lights had no energy,
and the room would have been pitch black. The witness couldn't have seen anything, much less a homicide. Wait, I can explain. There's no need, witness. You could have easily seen another source of light. Perhaps one of the McCoys lit a candle because of the blackout. The witness clearly described a source of blue light. A candle or a lantern wouldn't emit a color like that. The witness was clearly mistaken. The witness records everything he sees in his notebook. He even remembers the exact times that each event occurred. So why would he be incorrect about such a clear and obvious detail? No, what the witness saw was clearly some form of magic. And due to the lack of power, it couldn't have been artificery. It must have been an arcane spell. That's it! You're gonna try and argue that it's the blue light from the spell Celeste was casting, isn't it? What is it, witness? I must have made an incorrect assumption. Please allow me to revise my testimony. What do you think of this, Prosecutor Steelwind? If the witness wants to revise his testimony, then I see no harm in obliging him. And you, Mr. Cuthbert? If he thinks he saw something different, then it's only fair to hear him out. He'll tear through each of his lies no matter what he does. I remember now, yes. Yesterday it was revealed that Flintheart was killed using magic. I must have seen Flintheart's daughter channeling a magic spell. The spell was called Mageblade, am I correct? That's it. The blue glow that I saw must have been created by Mageblade. I see. So the blue light you saw came from the defendant's magic. Mr. Cuthbert, you may proceed with your cross-examination. With pleasure. Mageblade isn't blue, is it? Where the hell is Mageblade? Spells? Mageblade. For the duration of the spell, the edges of this object, usually a blade, become unnaturally sharp. Aha! It's yellow. Girl, you thought. I assume it's this one. If it's not, oops. Oh, there's also no penalties. Objection! Mr. Rudolph, you don't know much about magic, do you? Of course not. You trying to say that I should have recognized Celeste's Mageblade? No, I admit that you probably wouldn't know about Mageblade. But that's exactly where your mistake was. My mistake? Mr. Rudolph, if you were— I almost went British. Mr. Rudolph, if you were aware of how a Mageblade works, then you would know that the spell emits a yellow radiant glow. Which means the blue glow you saw couldn't have possibly been Mageblade. This is ridiculous. I'll grant you that the witness clearly remembers seeing a blue glow. What significance could such a minor detail have? It's extremely significant, Prosecutor Steelwind. If the witness did see a blue magical glow, then he must have witnessed another spell at the scene. Preposterous! You don't have any evidence to back up that claim. That blue light made a large impression on the witness. He wrote it down in his book, and he specifically mentioned the color. There's no way he would be mistaken about something like that. Intermission time! How's it going? We just started. How's Legally Blonde going? So what did you really see, Mr. Rudolph? Did you see my client at the scene casting a spell that she couldn't possibly cast? Or did you see another mage at the scene? Well. Your Honor, the defense has no right to accuse the witness like this. Great, the lead is phenomenal. A really strong Elle Woods. I've never actually seen Legally Blonde, but like a really strong Elle Woods. Holy shit. Because that is a hard role to sing. Let me remind you that perjury is a crime, Mr. Rudolph. Attack of Opportunity. Let's fucking go. That is a really good title for the track. If you are found to have lied in your testimony, you will be prosecuted. Unlike an ace attorney. No, wait, please. Oh, right, it's this bitch. Now that is quite enough of that.
I forgot his name. I'm gonna be so real. Garrick Pierce suddenly steps down from the gallery and walks to the witness stand. He's breaking every possible rule in the book, but nobody in the room moves to stop him. The bailiff looks to the judge nervously, but the judge just narrows his eyes and carefully watches Pierce. Pierce, meanwhile, shoves the still flustered Rudolph off the stand and begins addressing the courtroom. Dude, sit down. What is he even doing here? I will not stand by while you harass my servant.
Pierce, we discussed this. There is no need for you to take the stand.
And what, pray tell, did they discuss? Nonsense. I have nothing to hide. And if you had done your job properly, I wouldn't have needed to intervene. For the first time, Steelwind doesn't seem to have control of the situation. What is the meaning of this, Miss Steelwind? Who is this man?
This is Garrick Pierce, Your Honor.
That is Lord Garrick Pierce to you, Steelwind. God, they hate each other's asses. I am the honorable heir to the Pierce noble house. In any case, I must apologize. I'm afraid that these misunderstandings are entirely my fault. What do you mean? You see, Rudolph wasn't the one who witnessed the crime that fateful night. It was me. I was the one who witnessed the crime. I had my driver report the body so that I could remain anonymous. What? Are you saying that you had Rudolph lie for you? I simply dictated to him what I saw and had him repeat that to law enforcement. It simply wouldn't do for a member of the nobility to appear publicly in court. Lord Pierce, regardless of your intentions, this is a very clear act of perjury. Like an Olympic gold medal of perjury. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Here's one of my many, many fans that I own. Here we go. It is warm in my room. But from the look on the judge's face, you can easily tell that he won't face any actual consequences. I understand, and I will accept the consequences of that. But I would be remiss if Rudolph's shoddy testimony allowed that girl to escape her crimes. Please let me testify as to what I saw that night. Very well. This is highly irregular, but I believe the court will benefit from hearing your testimony. However, know that this misconduct has hurt your credibility. Very well. Great! I love how they actually give a good reason for why a good reason for why the killer won't face consequences. This too is the great ace attorney. On the night of the murder, I found myself unable to sleep, so I went on a leisurely carriage ride around Cornhaven. Why were you there? I happened to be passing by the McCoy Tavern when I heard a loud commotion from within the building. Curious, I stopped my carriage and took a single step inside the establishment. Then I saw the scene inside. Your arcane art is also transmutation. Interesting. I say already knowing that he totally killed the guy. I saw the defendant stabbing that poor man twice with her sword. Garrick Pierce. He's a member of the nobility.
That means that he's probably a mage, right? And he's the only other mage that was there that night. Does that mean...
There's no doubt about it. He's the only person that could have left a trace of transmutation on the body. He has to be the mage that we're looking for. Oh, the last. Sorry, this must be a lot for you right now.
Don't worry about me. Focus on taking him down.
A fun thing about this game is, for some reason, I had conjured up in my head that Tyrion and Arya would be childhood friends for some reason. Testimony Noble. Ooh. I just assumed that they had known each other before this. Okay, here we go. Press everything! That seems like a strange way to pass the time. Not that you believe him for a second.
The witness's eccentricities are besides the point. What matters is that he was clearly at the scene.
I wouldn't quite put it that way. But nevertheless. I'm guessing this commotion was the argument between my client and the victim. One would conclude that, yes.
As we all know, both of them became quite loud during their argument. It's not unreasonable to say that the witness heard them from his carriage.
Oh, great! He was at the tavern entrance. That would mean he was here. Ooh, yay! Garrick Pierce claims to have witnessed the murder from the W marker, but that's impossible as he wouldn't have had proper lighting. You saw the entire scene from the tavern entrance? It would be quite dark considering that the lights weren't operational. Even if my client was using Mage Blade at the time. Ah, of course. I'd forgotten that detail. Classic D&D combat map, but they're like not actually within the grid spaces. I couldn't see what was happening, so I used my magic to illuminate the scene. You used magic at the crime scene. I've actually seen the... Is the map maker that they're using, is it, what the hell is it called? I literally am using it in the campaign that I'm DMing. Is it Foundry? It looks like it. A little bit. Yes, I remember it clearly. I conjured a blue light to illuminate the scene. Okay, Nightbot. I need to space those out better. That same blue light must have been what my driver saw. I thought that Rudolph didn't witness the crime at all.
If I had to guess, Mr. Rudolph must have seen the blue light from the carriage. He must have made that detail a part of his testimony later.
Earlier, I don't know what she said. That actually makes a lot of sense now that you think about it. Rudolph was so sure that he saw a blue light. It would be strange if he was lying about that. But anyways, which spell did you use to illuminate the crime scene? It was the Conjure Light spell. Does the Conjure Light spell do the thing that you think that lights is supposed to do in D&D, but it doesn't? Intermission over. Okay, have fun with the rest of the show, Tumsick. For the duration of this spell, a mote of magical light appears in the caster's hand. The color of the light is chosen by the caster and can be changed at will for the spell's duration. The mote of light provides illumination up to 15 feet of the caster and no further. 15 feet is too far, isn't it? 15 feet is totally too far. 15, so 5, 10, 50. Yeah, that's way too far. Because this already is 20 feet. And this is like 25, 30 feet away. Your Honor, if the witness used magic at the crime scene, then I'd like for a spell compendium to be added to the court record.
I see no reason to invade the witness's privacy over a trivial illumination spell.
I agree. The defense would need a stronger reason to requisition the witness's spell compendium. Right you are, Your Honor. Your wisdom is truly fitting of your station. Oh, shut up. Okay, you cannot have seen it from there. Is it this? I'm gonna press it just in case. Casting a spell seems like a pretty significant detail to forget. For you, maybe. But for a practiced mage like myself, using magic is as natural as moving my arm. Come on, Tyrion, it's just a cantrip. You admit that you wouldn't know what it's like to be a mage. Okay. Is it just that we present Conjure Light? Objection! I feel like that's wrong. Oh no, that's right. Lord Pierce, you said that you illuminated the scene from the tavern entrance? And you only took a single step into the building? Of course. I remember it very clearly. I stood only at the entrance. In that case, I'd like for you to take a look at the map of the tavern. If we take a look at this map, that would place you right here, where the W is. Am I correct? Of course I was. I do not know what you wish to achieve by having me repeat that fact. Well, I find it interesting that you illuminated the crime scene from all the way back there. Considering that Conjure Light only illuminates an area within 15 feet. What?
The spell's range is irrelevant. We've already established that the victim would have been illuminated by Mageblade.
During his testimony, Lord Pierce clearly stated that he couldn't see what was happening. That's why he cast Conjure Light in the first place. However, Conjure Light doesn't work like a normal source of light. It only provides illumination up to 15 feet of the caster and no further. If he had stayed at the entrance, his spell wouldn't have done anything to help illuminate the scene. But what does this mean? Lord Pierce, did you illuminate the crime scene or not? Well, I can answer that question for you, Your Honor. Lord Pierce did illuminate the scene of the crime. He illuminated it because he was standing right where it happened. Mr. Cuthbert, are you trying to say that Lord Pierce was that close to where the murder occurred? How could that be possible? Well, there's only one way the scenario would make sense, Your Honor. And that would be if Garrick Pierce was the one who murdered Flintheart McCoy. A little bold, Tyrion, I feel. I feel like we could build a bit more of a case, Tyrion. Hold on for a moment, this is absurd. I could have easily used a different spell to illuminate the room. And which spell would that be, Pierce? The name escapes me. I'm not sure which one it was now that I think about it.
You idiot.
Well, maybe we can figure it out together. When you relinquish your spell compendium to the court. What? This is a clear violation of my privacy. Steelwind, why aren't you objecting to this?
If you had listened to my instructions, you wouldn't be in this situation. You've made your bed, now lie in it.
Steelwind, you treacherous! Ooh, Judge actually telling people to shut up. That's enough. It appears that the prosecution has no objections. With everything that has occurred, I must ask that Lord Pierce relinquish his spell compendium to the court. Okay, we got Prestidigitation, Conjure Light, Conjure Water, Frostwave, and Shape Liquid. He's a waterbender. Hello? There. Oh, okay. Prestidigitation. Does it do what it does in D&D? Yes, it does. Gesture, snap of the... Oh, it comes with a gesture. That's fun. It's concentration? Interesting. Incantation, non-gesture, so you have to snap. It is... Oh, because it's indefinite. I see. Fun. Hi, Jupiter. I like this prestidigitation. Like, some of these spells, I'm like, why is this not how it works in D&D? A thing that annoys me endlessly in D&D for, I don't remember if it's a spell or a cantrip off the top of my head, but, like, light does not just make a light. It lights up something you touch, I'm pretty sure. The point is it lights up an object, so you have to, like, be holding a thing to light up, which is, like, totally fine. And, like, as a DM, I would probably just be like, yeah, you pick up a pebble off the ground or something. But, like, dancing lights is the cantrip that actually, like, has little floaty light blobs, and I was like, I feel like that was, like, that would be what I would go with more. If I wanted a light spell. Okay, Conjure Water. I like that they have the somatic components, like, listed. Like, they tell you what you do during it. That's fun. Duration indefinite. You can conjure water indefinitely? Okay. This water will flow so long as the caster maintains concentration on the spell. That's crazy. Like, actually. So they were not kidding when they were like, oh, literally any mage could just, like, flatten this part of town. Because, like, any mage could completely drown, like, an entire city if they wanted to. Anything caught within range is hit with a blast of extremely cold air. Liquids hit will be immediately frozen and organic life will immediately enter stages of hypothermia. That's crazy. Okay. No incantation. Duration instant. That's really powerful. God. It's literally just somebody gestures at you and you start experiencing hypothermia. Shape liquid. Okay, point indexed finger at the target, also indefinite. So many of these spells are so powerful. While concentrating on this spell, the caster can magically manipulate up to 10 liters of liquid and form it into complex shapes. At any time, the caster can choose to freeze the liquid and solidify its current shape. While frozen, the caster can also choose to make the liquid instantaneously melt. Jeez. I guess it makes sense that Pierce is like a really powerful mage, though, because he won as a child, killed someone, and 2 has been doing this for what? It's like 20 years now? And he's probably been like actually been taught magic in a formal setting.
Good job, Tyrion.
We got a spell compendium. With that, his case is as good as yours. Oh, I don't like that she's confident. Or is it? She didn't even try to stop you from taking a spell compendium. She wouldn't let that happen just to spite Lord Pierce. She definitely still has something up her sleeve. I really like the small bit of Arya's like morality that we've seen so far. Because I think she sort of operates on the, like, yeah, we're going to, like, we want the actual correct verdict, and I'm going to do everything in my power to do that. It's just that I think Celeste killed her father. That's sort of what I'm getting the vibes for. He's stuck back here. A little Van Zeeks adjacent, if you ask me. She doesn't seem as honor-bound as Van Zeeks, though. She seems like she can be pressured. Van Zeeks is like a hilariously, like, very honorable prosecutor. I wouldn't be surprised if Arya wants to be, but she is new, and 18 years old, so, like, what can she do? Your Honor, I've looked at the spells in Lord Pierce's compendium. Conjure Light is the only spell that he can cast that would shed a blue light. Oh, wait, I totally missed. He has Mage Blade, right? Checking. Compendium. Prestidigitation, Conjure Light, Conjure Water, Frost Wave, Shape Liquid. No Mage Blade! Okay. Yeah, she's fun. She's fun. Yeah, surprising nobody. I like the prosecutor. Fork found in kitchen. I didn't read that Tyrion line. Hold on, come back. This renders his testimony and many of his statements false. You can practically hear Lord Pierce grinding his teeth. Unless Mage Blade wasn't used at all? Hold on. I'm theory building here. Because Prestidigitation is, like, really powerful in this game, right? A simple and harmless visual effect. If they had made it seem like Mage Blade had happened, I'm not immune to pretty prosecutors. If he had made it look like Mage Blade had happened in an effect, like in an attempt to, like, to frame her, either that or Conjure Light, because Conjure Light can change color. We're just assuming, like, I'm pretty sure we saw in the preview of this case, when we saw him cast this for sure. He said the incantation, and I'm pretty sure we saw a blue light, so, like, that's fine. But he could have used Conjure Light or Prestidigitation, probably, to make the, like, yellow glow come up. The only thing is, what transmutation does he have? Shape Liquid and Frost Wave. Are we going to say that he killed him with a... maybe an ice? That wasn't on his autopsy, though. Being stabbed from behind with a magical blade. Fatal wound shows heavy traces of transmutation magic. Shape Liquid. Okay, the theory is only half formed right now. But it is so interesting that he doesn't have Mage Blade, because if he did, that would be very easy. The defense argues that this presents enough reasonable doubt to acquit the defendant. Which is our only job, technically. Your Honor, Lord Pierce could very well be a suspect in the murder of Flintheart McCoy. The defense argues that this presents enough reasonable doubt to acquit the defendant. Yeah. That's it. That's our entire job. We provided reasonable doubt. That's enough to acquit the defendant. I acknowledge that Lord Pierce's actions are quite suspect. The problem is going to be the privilege, isn't it? However, I will not pass a verdict just yet. There is much more we need to learn.
What? That's not how it works. We proved that there's reasonable doubt. That should be enough to acquit me, right?
In a normal case, maybe. But it's different for this trial. The public won't accept an unsolved homicide involving magic. Oh, never mind, it was the fantasy racism. I feel like anti-mage sentiment is an interesting one for like this and Dragon Age and like not mages, but sorry, there's a bug outside my window. Tegger and Bunny has an arc about like anti-superpower sentiment that I actually think is like decently well done. But what was I gonna say? I feel like anti-mage sentiment is not always, like, I say fantasy racism kind of as a joke, but I feel like it's always world built in a way that it isn't one exact, like, one-to-one thing as, like, a real life form of prejudice. So it's interesting to see how different games go about it. Ugh. Dragon Age does it a little weird. So I'll see how this one does it. Unless we can unequivocally prove your innocence, the court will keep drawing out this case.
What? But that's not fair.
That's just how the system works. I really like this deconstructing of that. Our court system doesn't exist to exact justice. It exists so that the kingdom can save face.
No.
However, the court will be suspending the trial of Celeste McCoy until further notice. That is, until Lord Pierce can be investigated as a possible suspect.
Objection!
Oh! Steelwind.
A possible suspect? The very idea of that is preposterous, Your Honor.
Damn it. You knew she was planning something.
Let's revisit the basic facts of this case, shall we?
Oh, she's not helping. Never mind.
Flintheart McCoy was murdered using a blade with a transmutation spell active on it. Mr. Cuthbert, why don't you tell me the spells that Lord Pierce knows?
Alright. Spells are Prestidigitation, which is really hard to say multiple times, Conjure Light, Conjure Water, Frost Wave, and Shape Liquid.
You've realized it too, haven't you? Lord Pierce doesn't know any transmutation spells that can be channeled through a solid object.
What? That can't be right. Hold on, You're right. You're absolutely right, Lady Steelwind. Let me double check his compendium for something. Transmutation, Conjuration, Evocation. Prestidigitation is Evocation. Conjuration, Conjuration, Transmutation, okay, hold on. Concentrating on the spell, you can manipulate. I still think it was like Prestidigitation or Conjure Light used to make it look like he had cast that. And then probably Frostblade to kill him. Hold on. I'm trying to build this theory. Frostwave, liquids. It doesn't say what it looks like, is my one thing. I couldn't possibly have committed the murder. I see. With that in mind, that would leave the defendant as the only possible killer.
But he was the only other mage there. He has to be the real murderer.
But he doesn't know any transmutation spells that can affect a solid object. We can't prove that he stabbed him while casting magic.
Wait a minute. How did he do it then?
She's right. How did he do it? If there are traces of transmutation magic on the wound, then Linhart was definitely stabbed by something magical. But none of his transmutation spells can affect a steel blade. Does that mean that he used something else? It must be the Frostwave, right? Maybe Frostwave and Shape Liquid. it's the lotus juice. It must be, right? Because he was holding it and it was liquid. I think what he must have done... No, wait, go back. Hold on. Yeah, the lotus juice is, like, shattered. My guess is he must have water bent that out of the bottle or just made it explode. And then you can freeze it into shape. Stabbed him with that. And then stabbed him again with the sword to make it look like it had happened. From the other direction, considering the autopsy. The autopsy said he was stabbed from behind. And then in the sword, he stabbed from the front. So that answers the 2 different stab wounds. I can't believe he was killed by lotus juice, you guys. Not the artist who does the Persona 3 soundtracks. The defense did cast some doubt on this witness's testimony. I've connected the dots. I've connected them. Nevertheless, I must conclude that he could not have possibly committed the murder. With that in mind... Please wait, Your Honor. We still can't conclude that Lord Pierce couldn't have committed the crime. What are you on about? Lady Steelman said it herself, you commoner. How could lotus juice do this? I don't know any spells that can be channeled through a metal blade. You don't know any spells that can be channeled through a metal blade. He's right, which can only mean one thing. You didn't use a metal blade, did you? Oh, that's surprise. I was trying to figure out what that emotion was this whole time.
What nonsense is this? The autopsy report clearly states that the wound was created by a blade. If he didn't channel magic through a blade, how could he have possibly committed the crime?
Yes, your claim seems quite contrary to the facts thus far, Mr. Cuthbert. Yeah! Figured out the thing! Skip liquid. You see, Your Honor. Garrick Pierce didn't kill the victim using a sword. He killed him using an object shaped exactly like a sword. Got it!
What?
I'm afraid I don't quite understand, Mr. Cuthbert. I'd like for the court to take a look at Lord Pierce's spell compendium. Oh my god, wait, I just realized! This is the ice pick murder thing, not ice pick, the icicle murder. What if we kill the guy with an icicle and then it melted? And then and then it didn't have, there was no evidence left over. This is really good. For a tutorial case, ow. For a tutorial case, this is really good. I bumped my toe. This is great. Garrick Pierce knows a seemingly insignificant spell called Shape Liquid. With it, he can control a body of water and shape it into any complex shape he wants. This is a really funny first murder case. Then he can freeze that liquid, maintaining its current shape. A shape like a sword. What? Not the toast up. Listen, I was excited.
No. Is it possible that he...
What do you have to say for yourself, Lord Pierce? Wait, and his name is Pierce. Because he stabbed a guy. What do I have to say? Pierce's breathing becomes more frantic. He's clearly not used to being put in a corner like this. You can see his stress and his frustration emanating through the eye of Horus. It's giving Will Graham a little bit. You have him now. Time for the finishing blow. Ooh, oh, he's a little fucked up. I'll tell you exactly what I have to say, you commoner. I'm not the one on trial here. We're here because that bastard child didn't know her place. She's just a peasant, yet she still learned the arcane arts. And look what happened. I saw the murder. I witnessed everything. That girl used our holy arts to murder her father in a fit of rage. Oh fuck, what? Shit, what? I saw the murder, I witnessed everything. Damn, I was on a roll and now I'm like, what am I? Whoa. 38, 46. Oh, I like this track. I love just choral anything in a track, obviously. Pork found in kitchen. Saw the murder, I witnessed everything. Are we just like going back? Is that it? Is it just this again? And how, pray tell, did you see everything? If you recall, you testified that you only took a single step inside the inn. But you would have needed to be within 15 feet to see my client with conjure light. This again! You brought it up again, that's your fault. If you're going to keep treading on that one detail, then I admit it. I stepped further into the inn. I kept that detail out of my testimony. All because I knew that you'd use it to cast suspicion on me. Lord Pierce. But you didn't just keep that detail from your testimony, did you? You testified the opposite. That makes you guilty of committing perjury. Ooh. No. I mean... Oh, you miserable wretch. Perjury by Garrick Pierce. Garrick Pierce has openly admitted to committing perjury in the courtroom. His lies haven't gone unnoticed. I love having it as a note. And let's not stop there. For your story to be true, you would have needed to be within 15 feet of my client. According to your testimony, my client had just finished committing a murder. Wouldn't she have noticed you? If you were that close, then you would have surely been close enough to apprehend her. So why didn't you? Don't you have a duty to your citizens? Shut up! Shut your dirty peasant mouth! That woman was armed! I had no reason to put my life in danger. She was wielding her sword after the murder. No, she wasn't. It was in his body. I was terrified when I saw her holding that bloody sword. My life was in danger. Yeah. Idiot. But that can't be right, can it, Lord Pierce? He's such a bitch. This photo of the crime scene shows that the sword was left in the victim's body. How could she still be wielding her sword if she left it there? What? Oh, damn you. Damn you! Steelwind, why aren't you saying anything? What? Prosecutor Steelwind has lost her usual air of confidence. You find it strange, though. Even when you had the advantage, she always maintained her usual poise. Lord Pierce, please pull yourself together. How can I remain calm when this charlatan is trying to frame me? This is a complete travesty of our justice system. Girl, you weren't going to talk. What do I get instead? Slander from some lowly defense attorney. Can we just present this guy? Hold on. Testimony. It's your perjury. You talk about justice, but you've committed several acts of perjury to twist the outcome of this trial. You're clearly not acting in good faith. That was fun. You don't care about justice. You just want to further your agenda. So admit it, Pierce. You created a makeshift sword using shape liquid, and you used it to impale Flintheart. You shoved my client's sword into the wound, while the remnants of the real murder weapon evaporated. It was a perfect crime, wasn't it? Icicle joke. The Kristoff pose? The Kristoff pose! That's so good. Oh my god. I love it. What? Lord Pierce. My apologies, Your Honor. It's just that I realized something absolutely hilarious. What, has he finally lost his mind? Are you gonna try and tell me there's no liquid? I know you're fucking like lotus juice. The defense put forward an interesting theory. But there's one problem with it. And what's that? I think you said it yourself. You shoved Celeste's sword into the wound while the remnants of the real murder weapon evaporated. It was a perfect crime, wasn't it? I stubbed my toe and then my other foot fell asleep. Are you kidding? You see, it would have been a perfect crime. Because any evidence to support that theory would have evaporated with that frozen blade. What? Lotus juice. No. He's right. If he used an ice blade to kill Flintheart, it would have evaporated by now, I'm telling you guys. And that means there would be nothing left of the murder weapon. You've spun quite the tale here today. But in the end, you don't have a shred of evidence to support it, do you? You have nothing from me.
Isn't there anything we can do?
You become quiet.
Tyrion? Why isn't he saying anything? Is it really hopeless?
All it takes is one look at the expression on your face.
Oh shit.
Any worry she has instantly disappears. As she realizes the expression on your face. It's the same expression you made every time you defeated her. Oh, that's really good. Wait, they are cute. Wait. What is this? You can glare at me all you want. I won't change the fact you've lost. I despise people like you. You twist the system to serve your own ends. You trample on the lives of innocent people. But as long as I'm here, I will never let that happen again. Naught can remain concealed. Holy shit. Okay. Oh, what did I just do? Is it apologize this time? Your head feels like it's about to burst. Pain is unbearable and overwhelming. At the same time, you feel an extreme sense of clarity. As if you could see more than you could before. I can't believe that peasant pushed me this far. Once again, you see Pierce's thoughts in the eye of Horus. But this sensation feels different from how it usually is. It's more intense and potent this time. Tyrion, you weren't supposed to eat the entire brownie. Almost as if you can do more than just read his surface-level thoughts. Ooh! Empowered Eye. You've activated the Empowered Eye. With it, you'll be able to do more than see into the witness's thoughts. You'll also be able to affect what they think about. This is crazy. This is scary. Project items into Pierce's mind to evoke thoughts from him. You'll want to project items that make him think about the murder. Evoking the right thoughts will raise your insight. Once the insight gauge is filled, you'll have everything you need to implicate him. This is terrifying. We should not have this power. Projecting Lotus juice directly into your brain. Why am I thinking of such a thing? Oh, it wasn't it. Oh, did I not use the right? Wait, what did it say? I missed it. Hold on, go back. What was it? Reject pieces of evidence related to the murder. Well, I did it wrong. What is this? Even now, that image is still lingering in my mind. I didn't expect this experience to have such an effect on me. There's a similar power in Neo Tui. The only thing I know about Tui, as it's called, is the stuff that's in Kingdom Hearts Stream Drop Distance. This doesn't give you anything you can use. Try something else. Can we project a autopsy? Damn it. Map. Nope. I was so excited and now I'm like... This is getting embarrassing. I was doing so well. It wasn't the Lotus juice, I lost my theory. Sword. An ornate sword. I wonder how a commoner like her obtains such a thing. I wonder if the Inquisition will let me have it once the girl is convicted. Dude. All we're getting from this is that he's an asshole. We already knew that. Broken power cell? Nope. The key. Nope. After all the trouble I went to, I can't believe the lawyer figured out the spell I used. Well, no matter. Not as if there's any evidence to prove that I used it. I'm lucky that old fool had that bottle of water with him. I was right. Lotus juice. Water from a bottle. Wait. A bottle? Well then, as riveting as this has been, I believe it's time for me to take my leave. Now wait a minute, Pierce. What is it now, you wretch? I'll say it as many times as you need to hear. There is no evidence of a liquefied weapon at the crime scene. Lotus juice. You're right, Pierce. If you did use shape liquid on a body of water, the murder weapon would have evaporated entirely. Ah, seems you've finally gotten that fact through your thick head. Bravo. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Pierce. What if you didn't use shape liquid on a body of water? Lotus juice time! And what if it was another type of liquid? What are you going on about? Pierce, shape liquid doesn't just work on water. It works on all kinds of liquids. This, too, is the Memoirs of the Clouded Kokoro. This shattered bottle contained the liquid that you cast your spell on, didn't it? You show him the picture of the shattered bottle of lotus juice. There's an all-ice joke I can make here. Which, like, should be a 999 joke, but I don't actually know what it means in 999 because I haven't finished that game. So it's a Somnium Files joke for now. That bottle. Pierce, I found the shattered bottle on the ground near the victim's body. I wonder what caused it to shatter. You must have used... You must have decided to use any liquid you could find. Luckily for you, the victim was holding the perfect quantity of liquid in his hands. I wonder, Lord Pierce. If we had someone analyze the broken pieces of this bottle, would we find traces of transmutation magic? You little... That still proves nothing. So what if there were traces of magic on the shattered bottle? You still don't have a murder weapon. I wasn't finished, Pierce. What? You see, the liquid contained in this bottle wasn't water. It was soda. Lotus juice is soda? I thought it was juice. So what difference does that make? A blade of ice made of water would have evaporated entirely. But a blade of ice made of soda would leave a puddle of dried residue. No, it can't be. I'd wondered why there was such a circular trace of magic under the body. If we checked the outline of that trace, I bet we'd find a dried puddle of soda residue. That would prove that you used your magic on that soda. There's your murder weapon, Pierce. Bitch. And that's checkmate.
Bailiff, tell Orem to analyze the crime scene at once. We must determine if this puddle of soda residue exists. Time window to find traces of magic is closing.
Thank you, Arya. Fuck, I forgot this guy's voice. It was unfittingly British. So we had our team search the crime scene for that soda puddle. I really can't believe it, but we found it. In fact, the outline of the dried soda lines up exactly with the outline of the trace of transmutation magic. We checked the broken bottle, too. There were traces of transmutation on it as well. There's no doubt about it. Someone used magic on that soda. Saying soda this much in a fantasy game is funny.
I see. Thank you, Orem. Please escort Lord Pierce back to the stand.
What do you have to say for yourself, Pierce? What do you think you've accomplished here today? Don't Jezebel Brett us. Do you honestly think you can indict me? I'm an aristocrat from the highest echelons of our society. That fool of a man was an insurgent. He was a threat to society, and I did my civic duty by removing him.
Objection!
Yeah, Steelwind. Ooh.
Bailiff, please escort the witness to a holding cell.
Steelwind?
First-degree murder is punishable by execution, Lord Pierce. I suggest you remain silent, lest you incriminate yourself further.
What? You can't be serious.
Shut your insidious mouth!
I love her.
Well, what are you all waiting for? Take him away!
Yes. Take him away at once. Steelwind.
I can't believe it. He actually won. Tyrion,
That's all she can do to hold back her tears. You don't need to say anything. Your face says it all.
Thank you.
You've more than exceeded my expectations today. Mr. Mora! I'll be honest. When I realized that the murder weapon evaporated, I thought that the case was shot. I can't believe you were able to turn that around. It was just luck. If he had used water, we would have been done for. It had nothing to do with luck. You were able to deduce which liquid he used. And you did it just by looking at a few shards of broken glass. Your skills of deduction never cease to amaze me. It's not exactly true. But with Celeste there, you can't tell her about your new ability.
You are all quite lively.
Ooh!
There's no need for such hostility. Though I wouldn't expect any less from the Hound of the Eye Taker.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. That's dangerous for me. Oh, no. What do you mean, Eye Taker? What in the Somnium Files? What do you mean, Hound? What in the Great Ace Attorney? Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait, what does she mean by that? You glance at Miss Tamora, but when she meets your gaze, she immediately looks away. It looks like she's focusing. Almost as if to protect herself from a certain eye.
I must admit, I was hoping to test my blade against you directly.
Yeah, double whammy, literally.
However, your protege proved to be a worthy adversary.
Thank you? Is this some kind of game to you? You talk about trials as if they're some kind of competition. Your action almost condemned an innocent woman to death.
Our system operates by having two powers of opposition. When those powers are balanced, justice prevails. Make no mistake, your victory today was just our system working as intended.
Ah, working as intended. You know very well our system only exists to protect your people.
I know.
What?
In any case, it looks like we'll be facing each other more frequently in the future. I look forward to doing battle with you again, Tyrion Cuthbert.
What a strange girl. I agree.
Well, that kinda killed the mood, didn't it?
Not at all. I think we should celebrate.
Oh? What did you have in mind?
There's this amazing restaurant in the upper quarter of the capital city. They usually only serve nobles, but they let anyone in if they have enough gold. Wait, do we have enough gold? Of course we do. Don't worry about the details. I'll handle everything. I'm gonna worry about the details. Wait, just how much money does Mr. Mora make? How much money do we make? And so began my journey into the world of law and magic. Our justice system is rotten to its core, and I'll have many trials ahead. Regardless, I'll keep fighting on and get justice for every one of my clients. Yay! Episode end!
This feeling, I knew it. This radiant soul has finally awakened.
It's the fucking fucking violin piece again.
I can't believe it. I've been waiting for so long.
Scary. Hello?
I can't wait for the day when I can see his eyes draped in agony.
Hello, mysterious voice from my dreams. What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna take a break, but then we're gonna start the second case. Everybody hydrate or dihydrate, and also everybody behave yourselves while behave yourselves while I go and get water. And I leave you guys on screen. I will be right back. Wahoo. We're back. It's in the middle of my break, so let's do my updates. Updates, people, updates. One, do you guys like my pretty new layout? My, my, Twitch looks actually, like, nice and cute now. It doesn't look like... doesn't look MS Paint anymore. Alright. In addition to the funky new layout, we've got... I have a VOD channel now. I did not think I was going to be streaming enough to need a VOD channel, but we have a VOD channel now. So all of my full Tyrion Cuthbert streams will be over there on my VOD channel. Doing the Hatsune Miku green thumbnails felt like an affront to who I am as a person. But, and she has a VOD channel. Yeah, the full VODs will be over there when I finally get my ass in gear and, like, actually edit things down. They will be on my main channel. But the full VODs will be up there for anybody who can't make, streams and would like to view them after the 1 week period of, Twitch storing them. What else is there? I don't think there's, like, anything else big this week. I think, as usual, I'm going to be doing Great Ace Attorney Sunday, Thursday? Unless this is a Monday week for Kate's channel. In which case, I forgot. But I think Thursday is still good for Max and Cinna. We're playing, on Kate's channel, we're currently on the Return of the Great Departed Soul. Max's channel, we just started Twisted Karma and His Last Bow. So I'm normal. I'm doing great. How are you guys? It's great. And then Saturday I should be back for this again. There's a chance that I will increase streaming days on this game. In which case I will probably do Fridays. Because I really would like to finish this game before September 6th. Yeah, very normal cases that are totally normal and cool and calm and normal. Great. I am so normal about those particular cases. I don't think if I have any other updates. I don't think so. I think everything is, like, upcoming right now. Oh, you want to know what an important update is? Hold on. One of the very important updates is I got this in a crane game. I got a bunny. This is what Yakuza 5 has done for me. Is it has made me good at crane games in real life. Because I played a good chunk of... I didn't even play that much crane game in Yakuza 5. But this is Bunchen, after the little bird that you can get in Yakuza. Also, it's funny because it's a bun. But yeah, I got this in a crane game. That's a very important update. Anyway, what else is there? I think that's it. Okay, continuing my usual spiel. Join my Discord! If you have not already joined my Discord, it is a community server for fans of things like... Well, shit I like. So, fans of things like Ace Attorney, the Great Ace Attorney, the Yakuza series. Tyrion Cuthbert now has a channel. Doesn't have a spoiler channel yet, but once I finish this game, it will have a spoiler channel. The Ace Attorney Investigations series that's going to come out again soon, which I'm very excited for, and I need to finish this game before. Ghost Trick, Isamian Files, Persona, etc. What the fuck are, like, any of my Nightbot commands, actually? In my Discord... Oh, Kofi. Can I summon Kofi? I don't remember. I can! That's the Kofi stream bot. My Kofi is up and running. If you would like to support me in any way, Kofi is a solid way to do that. It's never required, but is always appreciated. Next, thank you, Kume. Yeah, Kofi, there's also now in my About panel, there's a little Support Me button that you can actually click on, and it will lead directly to my Kofi until I get those, until I get the affiliate streaming days up to par, and I can, like, do actual affiliate links. I need to stream more often. Maybe I'll stream on Friday for that alone. Maybe it won't be Tyrion Cuthbert, but I will still stream. I might try to get Yakuza 5 up and running. We'll see. Nexus, you can support me by buying video games off. Hello, can I spell Nexus right? Off of my Nexus store. You can support me by buying games from Capcom. So currently on there is Apollo Justice, Great Ace Attorney. You can now buy the entire mainline Ace Attorney series as one bundle. So I put that up there. Ghost Trick. And I want to say Devil May Cry is still up there, and that's it. You can buy those, or if you're in my Discord server, you can actually request games from me directly, and I can put them up on my store. At no additional cost to you, it helps me out. It would be very neat. Capcom games take priority, but I can also put non-Capcom games up there. Yippee. I have a Throne wish list, but I don't know what's on there, so I'm not going to pull it up. I'm sure Nightbot will handle that in a second. But anyway, I think that is all for now. I think everything else is in my brand new funky Twitch panels, or Nightbot will spam you with them over the course of us starting this new adventure. So the weird thing about Tyrion and Cuthbert, I was informed, is you have to select a new game every time you select a new case. Bitch, that's Kobeni. That is Kobeni and or her brother. That's baby. Anyway. The Walking Dead. Yeah, you have to start a new game every time you do a new case, which is interesting. I was also told to do something at the beginning of this case. Wallace Nightgrave. What in the... Oh, it's a kid. Oh, it's probably the one who was at the beginning. Wallace Nightgrave sounds like off-brand Night Rays from Pandora Hearts. I'm just going to be holding this bunny. Where did I put Baroque? Oh my god, I lost him. Good god. I lost my prosecutor. Anyway. Let me go. Oh, it is that kid. I'm not going anywhere until I see her. I'm sorry, Wallace, but she's already passed. Oh, this sucks. There was nothing more they could have done. How? This academy teaches the best mages in the kingdom. Are you telling me that they couldn't do anything? Her condition was much worse than we thought. The kingdom's magic isn't advanced enough to treat something like this. Lucio Steelwind can rain meteors from the sky. William Frege can teleport entire caravans across the continent. Are you telling me that your mages couldn't cure one disease? I'm giving him the Deku voice. Sorry, kid. I'm sorry, I truly am. Emily. Oh, that's not a good sign with what we just heard. Oh, no. Oh, no, necromancy's gonna happen, isn't it? Oh, no, necromancy's gonna happen. That's not good. I'm so sorry, Celeste, but there's no way out of this.
What are we doing?
Celeste's attention is sharply focused on the chessboard between you two. You can see her eyes quickly dart from piece to piece.
Just give me a second. I can still win this.
Celeste, there's no way for you to avoid checkmate next turn. Just surrender. She ignores you and continues staring at the pieces.
There, what about that?
Checkmate.
Damn it!
Would you two keep it down? We are in a library. Miss Tamora glances at the chessboard. I hope you didn't spend the entire morning playing around.
I've been working hard, Ruby. I've already learned 2 new spell formulas since we got here.
Well, at least there's that. What about you, Cuthbert? Well... Your flustered stammering tells her exactly how much progress you've made.
No, she's angry.
I couldn't find any books about the subject we're looking into. You spent the entire day combing through the kingdom's imperial library, researching the Eye of Horus. During Celeste's trial, you awakened to a new ability that you never used before. Up until then, you thought that the Eye could only see surface-level thoughts. But during that moment with Garrick Pierce, the Eye of Horus was empowered, and you could see far more than usual. You told Miss Tamora about what happened, and it made you both wonder what other hidden abilities the eye must have. You both decided it's time to find out more about the eye and its origins. The library supposedly held the kingdom's entire knowledge of magic and the arcane arts. But you couldn't find a single mention of any ability like the eye. Does the kingdom seriously lack knowledge about it? Or do we need to look somewhere else?
Are you sure you can't tell me what you're researching? I've traveled around the world. I might have seen something like it.
You entertained the thought for a moment, but you haven't known her for very long. God, I hope we tell her before it gets too weird. The Eye of Horus is a supernatural ability that can't be detected by a spell compendium. You've always been wary about what the kingdom might do to you if they ever found out about it. Sorry, it's not something I can really talk about.
Fine.
I guess I would say that they're looking into supernatural phenomena. You and Celeste nearly jump out of your chairs. Ah! Good God. You look over to where the voice came from. She appears to be a student at the academy. How long was she there? You didn't notice her presence at all. You also feel like she looks oddly familiar. Is that the girl from our dream?
I'm terribly sorry if I startled you, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation.
What in the vial of cadaverini? Her hands are completely bandaged. As the girl approaches your table, you see another student frantically running after her. But, Eris, you can't just... I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine, Wallace.
I'm sorry, but who are you two?
Sorry, that was incredibly rude of me. My name is...
Oh, God.
My name is Eris Ilmater.
I don't trust you.
And this is Wallace Nightgrave. We're both students here.
Hi. Not to be rude, but that was a private conversation. Just how much did you hear?
I wonder. Reading about the supernatural is actually a hobby of mine. I might be able to help you with your research, Mr. Cuthbert.
And what makes you sure that that is what we were researching?
Mr. Cuthbert has a bad habit of muttering to himself when he thinks. I assume that his research had something to do with the supernatural.
Girl, you look like you're from an RPG Maker horror game. I don't trust you. I feel a piercing side glance from Miss Tamora. You avoid eye contact with her. But, anyways, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Of course. I'd be happy to help.
Wait. Fine, I suppose it wouldn't hurt. Does she have it too? Or is it something else? That was terrifying. Just remember to show some discretion, Tyrion. Right. Oh, I'm supposed to present my badge immediately. But now I'm scared. Now I'm scared. Temsek isn't here. He told me to present my badge immediately. What do you think about this, Eris?
You're already resorting to presenting me things? We've only just started. I think you're overthinking things.
What?
Or do you simply want to see all the unique things that I have to say?
Hello? Hello?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not some script for you to toy around with. Feel free to try again later, though.
You're not exactly sure what she's talking about. Okay. So you two are students at the Imperial Academy?
Yes, I'm currently studying illusion magic. Illusions? Oh, new sprite! That's the kind of That's the kind of magic that lets you turn invisible, right? Technically, yes. But few mages ever reach a level high enough for that. I'm a bit embarrassed to admit that I'm not able to cast invisibility.
Everything is fine. Nothing spooky.
That's still pretty cool. What about you, Wallace?
His art is necromancy.
Wallace has his own unique field of study.
It's probably not your place to pry.
Everyone is talking about you two.
Really?
It's rare for the school to allow any outsiders in.
That makes sense. Library isn't exactly open to the public. You were only able to get access to it because of Miss Tamura's connections.
We only ever get occasional visits from the noble houses. So I was curious as to who was able to break this dull monotony. Well, I'm a mercenary, but now I work as Tyrion's bodyguard.
Mercenary? After her trial, it turned out that Celeste was more than capable of affording your services. However, Miss Tamura still proposed a different arrangement. After indicting Garrick Pierce, you painted a large target on your back. With Celeste being a mercenary, Miss Tamura decided to hire her as your bodyguard. She figured you two would feel more comfortable around someone you were already friends with. Anyway, I'm a defense attorney.
A defense attorney? My apologies. It's just not what I was expecting.
What's that supposed to mean?
Supernatural phenomena. I wonder why you would be researching such a thing. Yeah, I want to know too.
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, but I can't really say.
Regardless, there are many spells in this world. So why are you so convinced that this phenomenon wasn't produced by a spell?
What we're looking into doesn't seem to follow the classic rules of magic.
Oh? Oh so? Please tell me.
It was created by someone who's not a mage.
Oh really? So you're saying that this was something created by a person?
Words came out of your mouth before you realized it. You sent a small apologetic look to Miss Tamura.
That does remind me of a story.
A story?
Mr. Cuthbert, do you know the legend about how the kingdom of Wyvern...
Oh, there's a typo!
Wyverngard was created?
You mean the story about the ancient dragons?
The ancient what? Does Wyverngard have a story about ancient dragons?
It's only about one ancient dragon. The Church of Bahamut refers to him as the Scaled Lord. Oh, so it is Bahamut. Okay. Interesting. I'm sure you've heard people mention him before. Legends say that the first mages were created centuries ago by him. There he is. At that time, our kingdom was caught in the middle of a brutal war. With no ways to defend themselves, the kingdom was on the brink of destruction. Our people prayed to Bahamut, the god of dragons, for salvation. And almost as if to answer their prayers, Rathalion, the last Scaled Lord, appeared before them. The Scaled Lord bestowed the gift of magic on a band of heroes who were fighting on the front lines. With their magic, these heroes utterly overtook the kingdom's enemies and single-handedly won the war. It's said that these heroes went on to form the noble houses of today. Ooh, interesting. What a load of nonsense. Isn't that also the narrative of, like, English lords? Is that like, oh, well, like, it's their right to be nobility because they helped win wars? The story is nothing but religious propaganda to prop up the noble houses.
Regardless, the significance of this legend is in the Scaled Lord himself.
You mean Rathalion?
Rathalion bestowed the power to become a mage on several individuals. And to this day, that power can only be passed down genetically. Can you think of an arcane spell that can produce something like that?
No, I suppose not.
Rathalion must have had powers that weren't bound by the rules of arcane arts. In other words, he could create supernatural phenomena without following the rules of magic.
Yeast, do you honestly expect us to believe a story like that? It's completely unrealistic.
As unrealistic as a non-mage using supernatural powers?
He has a point. It's a far-fetched theory, but it's honestly the closest thing you have to a lead right now. Headmaster? Oh my god. Guys, we were wrong. We were wrong. We found the Julie character. Oh my god. I forgot to read. Jesus Christ. Ah, of course. I'm gonna make her Bayonetta. Of course it would be you lot making all of this noise. Suddenly, a woman who appears to be an instructor approaches you. She looks upon you with an equal amount of disdain. Professor Bellwether. Catherine Bellwether. That is Professor Bellwether to you. But didn't he just call you? I knew letting you rabble into our walls would lead to nothing but trouble. You've even started associating with our malcontents. The headmaster gave us express permission to be here. If you have an issue with that, take it up with him. I'll have you know that I was on my way to do just that. Wallace. Yes? How am I supposed to understand you when you're stuttering? Oh, she's terrible. Yes, Professor Bellwether. Straighten out your uniform and fix that awful hair. You look like a street urchin. But I suppose it's unreasonable to expect anything more. Jeez. She's terrible. Wow, it doesn't even log in the... I'll be on my way. Hello? Did my mouse just die? No, it did not.
What a bitch.
I love Celeste. Celeste?
Oh, come on, we were all thinking it. Anyway, with that out of the way, shall we begin?
What? Why do you keep detecting fear from Celeste?
Wallace, you finished this week's assignment, have you? Haven't you? Shit. Would you mind helping Celeste with her research?
I don't know.
Now that you mention it, I could really use some help finding a specific spell formula. You know you know your way around here, right, Wallace?
Okay. Oh, he has a crush on her. I think. Don't worry, Miss Tamora. I'll be more than careful from now on. Please do. I still have some business to take care of here, so I'll leave you all to it. You spend the next few hours searching through the library's books with Eris. You hadn't thought to look into the ancient dragons, and the library had books about them in abundance. There's one problem, though. There are a lot of myths and stories about the ancient dragons, but it's pretty difficult to tell fact from fiction with these accounts.
Can't be helped. The Church of Bahamut is the dominant religion of our kingdom. We have the bones of the dragons displayed in museums, but those bones are the only widely known evidence of the dragon's existence.
Except for Rathalion. Possibly. Wonder if he's still alive, like you said.
I wouldn't be surprised. Despite everything, our kingdom's constitution still includes him in our government.
Wait, really?
As the savior of our kingdom, he and his kin were given an honorary position in our political hierarchy. The ancient dragon's authority technically rivals that of King Olivier.
Wow. I had no idea. Oh, I never heard of this before.
To be honest, the law is just a way to revere him and appease the church.
Okay. Jeez. Well, Rathalion could possibly be any worse than the nobility. Wait. Hello? You're so stuck in your own thoughts that you accidentally bump into a bookshelf. The shelf begins to tip over and you're able to catch it before it fully falls over. But not before several books fall out from their shelves. Let me guess, perfect book? They hit the ground with a cacophony of thuds. Some students glance in your direction. Be quiet! Sorry. Be quiet. Eris begins giggling. She seems amused by what's happening.
Hey, are you okay? I heard a loud... Whoa.
Celeste stares at the pile of fallen books. What did you do? Forget that. Just help me clean this up.
Oh, there's no need for that. Construct. I require assistance.
Oh, hell yeah. Acknowledged.
Ah, what?
Upon Eris's command, one of the nearby suits of armor suddenly springs to life and begins walking towards you. The voice coming out of it sounds human, but it lacks emotion. Why does it sound familiar? Oh, it's Eris's voice, but reflected. That's cool. Wait, did you do that, Eris?
Yes, this is an arcane construct. It's a suit of armor that's animated using artificery. They're designed to carry out various tasks for the students.
Cool. Oh, it's using the voice of Catherine Bellwether. These voice lines can only be changed or adjusted by the Academy headmaster. Cool. Why is this in our court record? Every command given to a construct is stored in its command log. However, this command log must be cleared regularly. Interesting.
Really? I didn't know anything like that existed. They're still experimental, so they aren't available to the public yet. With that being said, Construct, please place these books back where they belong.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. On Eris's command, the construct begins quickly picking up the books. Moves with inhuman efficiency. After only a few seconds, all the books are back on their shelves.
Wow, so they do whatever you tell them to do? Well, there are some limits to... Construct! Tell me that I'm the fairest maiden you've ever seen.
Command rejected.
Aw, what?
I guess they're not allowed to lie. I feel a sharp pain in your side as Celeste quickly jabs you.
The construct's voice is just a series of pre-recorded messages. I'm not sure if you noticed, but it uses the voice of Professor Bellwether. Unfortunately, you can't make them say anything other than what's recorded. Only the headmaster can change those settings.
Artificery that can record audio. I've never seen anything like it.
But you just said that they're experimental, right? Maybe if I keep asking it, it'll just give up and do it. I would advise against that. Even if the commands are rejected, they're still stored in the construct's command logs. Anyway, we should probably get back to work.
Fine. You read more about the ancient dragons. But most of the stories read more like fables than actual historical accounts. I don't feel like I'm making any progress. Cool. It's like a high-pitched horn, but with its volume tuned up to unnatural levels. Oh no, my mouse did die. Whoops. What? Bless, do you hear that?
How can I not? What is that?
You didn't touch anything you weren't supposed to, right?
What? No, of course not.
Still fucking going. Bro, okay.
It finally stopped.
Eris, wasn't that the lockdown system?
Yes, I believe so.
Lockdown system?
The Academy is outfitted with a large artificery system. In a state of emergency, it will erect magical barriers throughout the building.
State of emergency? Should we be worried?
Don't worry. The lockdown is designed to keep everyone safe. We're safe as long as the barriers are up.
But Miss Tamora, she said she was going to do something on campus. Hello. You suddenly hear a disembodied voice echo through the library. Sounds like it's being projected magically. It's the headmaster. He's using the intercom system. Students and faculty, please remain calm. There's been a murder on the academy grounds. What? Oh, I don't like this. The death flags for Tamura are not looking good, and neither are the her murdering someone flags. Please stay where you are and wait for law enforcement to arrive. Damn it. We have to get out of here.
I'm afraid that's not possible. The lockdown system protects and locks each room. We can't leave this room until it's deactivated.
Well, we won't know until we try. You run to the entrance and begin frantically pulling the door's handle. You try to put all your strength into prying it open, but it doesn't even budge. Tyrion, stop! Miss Tamura! I know that you're worried about her, but there's already been a murder. We don't know where the attacker is, or if they're still armed. The best thing we can do right now is stay here and wait. She's right. Damn it. New Sprite. Celeste's hand rests on her sword. Her eyes are carefully watching the entrance. Wow, we've been here for hours and she still hasn't stopped watching the door. She was also able to calm you down earlier. Easy to forget sometimes, but she's always reliable when it really counts. Sure is a bodyguard. What? Students and faculty, thank you for your patience. Law enforcement has secured the building. The lockdown has been lifted. However, please remain in the building until... The headmaster has barely finished with his message before you're out the door. Tyrion! Hey, don't go off on your own! You desperately run through the academy hallways. No. Mr. Mora? Mr. Mora, where are you? You have no idea where you're even going anymore. You can feel your fear and anxiety rise with every passing moment. Yeah, Tyrion is normal and well-adjusted. Or is she? Cuthbert! What's wrong? Why are you shouting? Mr. Mora? Calm down. You're hyperventilating. I heard there was a murder, and I've been looking all over for you. And you were worried about me? I just... You hug Miss Tamura tightly as you're overcome with emotion. Oh. She's actually not receptive to affection, but you don't care. She's usually... She's actually not receptive to affection. She's usually not receptive to affection, but you don't care. You're just relieved that she's safe. Oh, that's our mom. Tyrion, there you are. And you're crying. Sorry, I didn't mean to worry you so much.
We heard the announcement. Do you know what happened, Ruby?
That's cute. I do, but... You see Miss Tamura glance at Wallace for a brief moment. For now, I think we should head to the foyer. The fuck happened? The fuck happened? You arrive at the foyer and see the room swarmed with a legion of familiar knights. Is it our good buddy? Is that the Inquisition? Is it our good buddy? Don't tell me.
The headmaster mentioned that there was a murder on campus. Someone used magic.
It's our good buddy. Hey, you there! As you enter the foyer, Commander White notices you and begins marching in your direction. But his attention isn't focused on you. Huh? Are you Wallace Nightgrave? Yes? But... By the authority of the Wyvern Guard Crown, I'm placing you under arrest.
Hey, what are you doing?
You three! What the hell are you doing here? You said he was under arrest? On what charges? This kid is charged with the murder of Catherine Bellwether. Damn it, we had her for 2 seconds. What? I am going to put forward a theory now that the arcane constructs having her voice recorded is going to be used to make it seem like she was somewhere when either she was already dead or like some other thing like that.
Like hell you're arresting him. He was with us in the library for the entire morning. There's no way he could have murdered her.
Oh no. Move aside, Celeste.
But...
Mr. Mora is right. If Wallace is a suspect, we can't stop the Inquisition from arresting him. No. Don't worry, Wallace. We'll get to the bottom of what happened. Without a word, Wallace allows the Inquisition to drag him away.
My apologies. I'm going to go and check on him.
This is terrible. I still don't understand. Why would they suspect Wallace of all people? I'm not sure myself. Unlike most magical homicides, this school is filled with plenty of mages. There has to be a long list of suspects.
Isn't there anything we can do?
I'm gonna go investigate what happened. Cuthbert. Yes? He hasn't accepted you as his attorney yet. You don't even know if he'll be working this case. But I know that he's innocent. I can't just sit here and do nothing. Well, I clearly can't stop you. But please remember that being an attorney is your job. It's not charity work. Don't come crying to me if you run out of gold. Right. Anyway, I have some business to take care of in the city. Will you two be okay handling this? Yes, we'll take care of this. Good. I'll leave everything to you then. Alright, let's go, Celeste.
Right.
Yes, I would like to save. Oop. It's been a few hours since Wallace was arrested. You and Celeste were with him during the lockdown. Where did I put my phone? It's over there. So the Inquisition had to take your statements. But the more they questioned you, the more you could tell they had doubts about your testimony. Now I'm also wondering if the construct was used to kill. You will need to do more if you want to establish an alibi for Wallace.
That took longer than I expected.
We've already lost a lot of time talking to the Inquisition. Me when I'm playing Dragon Age Inquisition. But we should be free to roam around now.
Where should we go first?
Crime scene sounds like a good start. We still need to figure out what actually happened.
Ruby said that the body was found in Lecture Hall 2B. It's in the west wing of the school.
Alright, that seems like a good place to start.
Can I talk to her? I hope Wallace is okay. He looked really scared when Commander White arrested him.
Don't worry, we'll find out what really happened. First, you need to inspect the crime scene.
Where should we go next?
The first thing we need to do is find out exactly what happened. Mr. Morris said that the body was found in Lecture Hall 2B. We should start our investigation there. Hey Celeste. Hey Celeste. Hey Celeste. What do you think about this, Celeste?
Sorry, Tyrion. I don't think I can help you with that.
Damn, that's it. That's it. Hello? Okay, that was weird. Let's go to the lecture hall. Sorry. The dead body's cracking me up a little. It's Gatekeeper-kun. Oh dear. Hey, stop right there. As you try to enter the classroom, you're stopped by one of the Inquisition Knights. I'm a lawyer. I'm the defense attorney for the accused. We have a right to investigate the crime scene. No, we're not. Yeah, from what I've heard, the kid doesn't have an attorney yet. Right, you haven't been able to talk to Wallace about that yet?
It's quite all right. Let them in.
Lady Steelwind.
Do not call me that. While you work under me, you will address me as Prosecutor Steelwind.
Yes, Prosecutor Steelwind. Thanks, Arya.
Oh, what's that smell?
Probably blood. Yep. As you enter the classroom, you find yourself inhaling a sour and rancid odor. The stench is so overwhelming that your eyes begin to tear up.
Don't worry, you eventually get used to the smell.
What are you even doing here, Steelwind? Her job?
I'm here to coordinate the investigation.
You look around the crime scene. There isn't a single Inquisition Knight in the room. Isn't that the Inquisition's job?
Due to the circumstances, I've decided to handle this case personally.
Well, since we've got you here, can we ask you some questions about what happened?
And I assume that you're planning to defend this case. That would make you my opponent. What do I have to gain from helping you?
Right.
However, I would be willing to answer your questions. But only if you answer some of mine as well.
Oh. Okay. What could she possibly want to ask you? Questions for us.
Miss McCoy, it's my understanding that you were adopted. Would you happen to know who your both parents are?
Hey, isn't that too personal of a question?
You agreed to answer my questions, didn't you?
But I didn't think you meant...
It's fine, Tyrion. I'm fine with answering it if it helps Wallace.
Oh.
I don't know who my birth parents are. I've never tried looking for them. I see. If I recall correctly, your spell compendium only contained one spell. Considering your upbringing, how did you learn Mage Blade in the first place? I bought a scroll from a merchant a few years ago. It had Mage Blade's spell formula on it. But I know more than one spell now. I actually just learned a few new spells today. I'm sorry, spells? As in plural? How long did it take you to learn these spells?
A few hours, I think.
She learned multiple spell formulas within a few hours.
What was that just now?
I see. Well, I think that's all I need to ask for now. Okay.
She's sharing information about the investigation for that? Why is she so interested in Celeste all of a sudden? I think she's trying to find out who her noble family would be. But also, hello, Celeste, a genius?
I can't take it anymore. That smell is driving me crazy. What is that? From what I understand, there was a bit of an accident a few days ago. It happened during one of the classes that the headmaster was teaching. He misread the instructions for an alchemy experiment. And as a result, he accidentally produced this rancid-smelling vapor.
Vapor? It's not poisonous, is it?
Of course not. I wouldn't be standing here if it were. It's just extremely unpleasant to the senses.
Foul classroom smell. Weeks ago, the headmaster performed an alchemy experiment incorrectly in Lecture Hall 2B. The resulting chemical reaction produced a rancid yet harmless vapor that still lingers in the room. Moida. Do you know what happened here, Steelman?
Well, it all began when the City Watch received a call from the Academy. Supposedly, there was an attack on campus grounds and the entire building was put on lockdown. The City Watch set up a perimeter around the building while they waited for the system to deactivate.
What? Couldn't the Academy have let them in once the scene was secure?
I'm not sure about the specifics, but supposedly the lockdown can't be shut down manually. You'll have to ask one of the Academy's admins if you want to know more. Anyways, you two were also present during the lockdown, am I correct? Did either of you see anything suspicious?
No, but we actually met the professor that morning. She was still alive then. Unless the professor was an illusion. Eris is a really talented illusionist. And we have recordings of her voice.
I see. That does match with the accounts from our other witnesses.
And her responses were weird. Because she responded to Professor Bellwether with, "That's Professor Bellwether to you." I might be onto something.
Do you have any idea where she went after she left the library?
Headmaster gave us express permission to be here. If you have an issue with that, then take it up with him. Let me know that I was on my way to do just that. She said that she was going to meet with the headmaster.
He also mentioned that when I questioned him. She attended the meeting as planned.
The headmaster met with Bellwether. You'll probably want to speak with him next.
She must have found her way into this classroom afterward.
Would you happen to have a map of the academy?
I do. I have extra copies if you'd like one.
Huh.
What is it?
There's only one direct path from the headmaster's office to the lecture hall. But I wonder if she took any detours. Imperial Academy map has been added to your notes.
Oh, it's the body discovered! 2 members of the kitchen staff spotted her collapsed inside this classroom. They reported the situation to campus admin while they attempted to save her life. But it was too late. The professor had already passed away by the time any healers arrived.
Those 2 staff members. Who were they?
I believe their names were Valentina and Valerie Iannis. They're apparently sisters. Oren was the one who collected their statements.
Did he notice anything off about their behavior?
From what he said, they had a few quirks, but nothing too suspicious.
Quirks?
He told me that they were running and spinning around him during questioning.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. Perhaps they were still on edge after finding their co-worker murdered.
Huh. You'll definitely want to speak with those staff members. We've already told the Inquisition about this, but Wallace was with us the entire time. He couldn't have committed the murder.
Yeah, he has a perfect alibi. Strong, maybe, but his alibi is far from perfect. Miss McCoy herself told us that. There was a small time period when she wasn't with him. What?
Oh, that was Tyrion. What?
Right. It was when I came to check on you after you knocked over that shelf. Got a little lost on my way back to Wallace. But still, we only lost each other for a few minutes. And maybe. But unless his alibi is airtight, the evidence in the room proves that it was him.
What do you mean?
It will be easier to explain once you examine it yourself.
Which we'll do in a second. Oh, never mind. We'll do it now.
Oh, Tyrion, I almost forgot. Since this is our first official case together, I wanted to show you something that I learned.
Okay, what is it?
Arcanum.
Ooh, voice line. What was that?
That is the incantation for the Detect Magic spell.
Detect magic? Wait, does that mean...
Yep, we can see magical traces while we're examining crime scenes now. We can little thief this shit.
Oh, that's a cool cut-in. Detect magic. Your bodyguard, Celeste, can now cast the Detect Magic spell. While examining a location, press Detect Magic to make magical traces visible. If there are any magical traces at your location, you'll see a colored overlay. Cool, let's use Detect Magic.
Arcanum.
Ooh, 2, okay.
There's a trace of illusion magic next to the body. We believe that the suspect donned an illusory disguise immediately after murdering the victim. Using his disguise, he discreetly made his way back to the library unnoticed.
Assuming that Wallace isn't the murderer, the real killer must have used a similar disguise. Which means that no one would have seen them leave this classroom. It'll be harder to find any witnesses that saw the perpetrator.
What?
What's wrong?
There's a trace of necromancy on the body.
Necromancy?
Isn't necromancy the type of magic that creates undead? She's not just going to get up and walk away, right? I'm honestly not sure.
Or that was literally her revived.
It's part of the reason why I've stationed myself here.
What does that have to do with Wallace?
Oh, you didn't know? Wallace Nightgrave is a necromancer. He's a what? We believe that he drained her life force completely using a necromancy spell. That's why there are no visible wounds.
Isn't there blood all over the ground?
Here's the autopsy report. It will tell you everything that you need to know.
Died at 2:01 p.m. Body shows no signs of cuts or bruising. The alchemist report has verified that death was not caused by poison or disease. Traces of necromancy and illusion magic. Cause of death is not apparent, but very likely caused by necromancy magic. I think it'd be really neat if she was, like, dead or dying for a very long time and making herself look alive and younger for, like, ages. That would be cool.
But in the modern day, even the Inquisition doesn't commonly deal with necromancy. They're all on edge about what other spells he might have used. So I'm here to make sure that nothing unholy happens to the body.
You can't believe it. We've heard stories of necromancers before. But why would Wallace be studying something like that?
But
even if Wallace is a necromancer, aren't there plenty of other mages who can cast necromancy spells? This is an academy for mages, after all.
No. There are no laws against it, but the knowledge required to learn necromancy is heavily controlled. No one in their right mind would dare teach necromancy beyond basic healing magic. Frankly, I'm surprised that even one student at this school was allowed to learn it.
I can see why.
But because of this specific piece of evidence, we know that he's the murderer. It's still too convenient.
That's the first time you've seen a thought from Steelwind. I don't think it is. Normally you can only see thoughts from people who are stressed or excited. You doubt that Miss Steelwind is excited, so something is causing her to be stressed? There's something you're not telling us, Steelwind? Because something tells me that this case isn't as straightforward as you claim it is.
If you truly believe that, then why don't you prove it?
Argument time? Yeah, I can't see any more thoughts from her. She must be subconsciously guarding her mind now. But she's clearly hiding something. Let's look around without magic.
I can't believe the professor is dead. We just saw her this morning.
There's a chalk outline around where her body was. It appears that most of this blood came from her abdomen. Is that where the fatal wound was? There's a lot of blood in this puddle, but there's no trail leading to it. And there aren't any magical traces anywhere else in the room. I doubt the murderer used magic to clean it.
Does that mean that the murderer attacked her in this room?
Maybe, but it's hard to say for certain. Blood stain under the body. Location implies she bled from her stomach. There were no wounds, but there's blood? Hey, let me click on it. The lecture hall has a window with a view.
I feel like I'd just stare outside all day if I had to attend class here.
You're not much of a student, are you?
Ugh. I just can't spend hours sitting in one place. I need to move around.
She was pretty antsy while you were studying in the library earlier.
How have you learned so many spells if you're so distractible? I don't know. I just learned the spell formula and cast stuff. I see. Is that not normal?
Painting is some sort of musician. There's some text written below it. Dr. Nicholas Gossu, inventor of the Arcane engine. Huh. His work revolutionized trade and travel across the seas. He was well known for not discriminating between the common folk and the nobility, judging his assistants based purely on their merit. When he wasn't conducting research, within the Imperial Academy, he was known to compose symphonies for the king in his free time. Looks like he was a man of many talents. Yeah, bookshelf.
Oh, they have books here too.
They appear to be textbooks about alchemy.
Aw, lame.
This must be where the students sit during lectures.
I can't imagine sitting in one place all day.
Have you never attended a school before?
No, we never had a proper school in Cornhaven. I mainly got my education from books that my parents bought from traveling merchants. What about you?
I used to attend a public school in my hometown. But after Miss Tamora adopted me, she handled my education personally. Okay, that was weird, Aria. Where else are we looking? Is there anything else? Got that. Got that. Yep. Tech magic.
Arcanum.
We got everything. Yeah. That's all the talks. Let's present things. Hey, did you know that I'm an attorney, Aria? What do you think about this, Miss Steelwind?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't say much about that.
Damn, okay. I tried. Nope. Ugh. This rancid smell is really horrible.
Yes. I don't blame you for finding it distracting. It's all because of a mistake during an alchemy experiment. I was surprised too. Not like the headmaster to make a mistake like that.
Weird. You discovered the body? Nope. What do you have to say about the autopsy? Nothing. As a maid from a noble house, you must have gone to school here. Did you know Catherine Bellwether while you were here?
Unfortunately, I did. I constantly clashed with her over her treatment of the students. One of my biggest regrets is failing to remove her position before I graduated.
Sounds like many people didn't get along with the professor.
I would say more, but it doesn't feel right to speak ill of the dead.
You don't have any spells, profiles. Hey, talk about yourself. I was surprised to see you conducting the investigation, Steelwind. Why don't you leave things to Commander White?
Please, I can barely trust that oaf to make me coffee. After last time, I feel much more confident overseeing the investigation myself.
But the Inquisition doesn't seem to be helping her at all. All they're doing is standing guard while she does all of the work. Actually, what do you have to say about Eris? Hello? Nothing... Anything about the kid? No. Do you have something to say about me? I missed it completely.
I wasn't expecting to meet you here, Mr. Cuthbert. The Imperial Academy isn't exactly open to outsiders.
Miss Tamora used her connections to get us access to the Imperial Library.
I see.
We originally came here to do some research, but I never expected to get wrapped up in another homicide.
What kind of research were you doing? Don't bother asking, he won't tell you. I'm glad to see you under less dire circumstances, Miss McCoy. Are you accompanying Mr. Cuthbert on his investigation?
Yeah, I'm working as Tyrion's bodyguard now.
I see. Well, you certainly have the credentials for it. Although, I'm surprised he's...
I can't words.
I'm surprised he's able to afford your services.
What's that supposed to mean?
I meant no offense. But work like this does appear to be below Miss McCoy's pay grade. Yeah, I was surprised too. But Ruby pays me a lot to protect this guy. Ah, Ruby Tamora is paying you. I suppose that makes more sense.
I don't think you have anything else to say. Let's go to the kitchen. Hello? Is anyone there?
It looks like there's no one here right now. Maybe we should check somewhere else.
Damn. Headmaster. You followed the map that Steelwind gave you, and you arrive at the headmaster's office. Oh, hello there. I wasn't expecting any guests today. Sorry for coming unannounced. You must be... My name is Theodore Redmond. I'm the headmaster of Wyvengard Imperial Academy. And judging from your appearance, you must be the protege of Ruby Tamora. To what do I owe the pleasure?
They must be here to investigate the murder.
Wait, Eris? I thought you went to see Wallace.
Unfortunately, the Inquisition is questioning him right now. They aren't allowing visitors. You must be so scared right now. Hope he's okay.
Right. She had the same experience not too long ago. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. This is terrible. To think that one of my prized students would be accused of murder. We heard your voice on the intercom when the lockdown happened. Are you the one who triggered it? Yes, I activated it when I received a call from one of the staff. They reported that Professor Bellwether had been attacked. Headmaster activated the lockdown system in response to receiving a call. The call reported that she had been fatally wounded. How does the lockdown system work? It's an artificery network that covers the entire academy. In the event of an emergency, I can activate it using this stone. The headmaster pulls out a glowing stone from his desk. You can hear the hum of magical energy emanating from it. Once activated, the system creates magical barriers throughout the building. He's 88 years old, hello? It's designed to contain and protect each room in the building. Could a powerful mage breach any of those barriers? I doubt it. The barriers can withstand a great amount of force. They even block mages from teleporting through them. And once activated, even I can't turn it off for an hour. Okay, that hour is going to come into play, I feel. What can you tell me about Wallace? Earlier you said that he was one of your prized students. Ooh. I just need to understand. Why did the prosecutor say that he was a necromancer? Because technically, he is one.
What? Why would he study something like that?
Necromancy is probably one of the most dangerous and most scrutinized schools of magic. Its image has long been tainted by stories of dark wizards raising armies of the undead. However, it doesn't just control the forces of death, it also controls the forces of life. Forces of life? The truth is that healing magic is also classified as necromancy. Most healers don't care to admit it because of the stigma it has. But that's why Wallace is studying it. He wants to become a doctor.
But there are plenty of mages who know healing magic. Why is Wallace being singled out?
For years, he's been studying necromancy beyond basic healing magic. He believes that high-level necromancy could revolutionize modern medicine. Unfortunately, many among the faculty don't see it that way. Wallace doesn't hail from a noble house. He's a mage that was born among the common folk.
He's like me.
Many of the faculty fear that he'll use his knowledge to raise armies of undead, just like the necromancers of old. The Imperial Academy isn't even permitted to teach it to students beyond basic healing magic. Then why did you allow him to study it? After everything that has happened to him, I made an exception. Classism strikes again. Everything that's happened to him? I'm not at liberty to say more. You'll have to ask him if you wish to know more.
You plan on defending Wallace, you'll need his spell compendium. Am I correct?
Yes. Having a client's compendium is instrumental to acquitting them.
You may find that a bit difficult. You see, after a certain incident, he destroyed his compendium.
What? Why would he do that? Doesn't he need that to use magic?
A spell compendium is a device mages use to keep track of what spells they can cast. It's really convenient for remembering the formulas and incantations of your spells, but it's not actually required to use magic. I thought of destroying mine a long time ago, but they're really expensive. Luckily, I have an unattuned spell compendium right here. I'd be more than happy to give it to you if it helps Wallace.
Oh, thanks.
Wallace just needs to maintain physical contact with it for 10 minutes. After that, the compendium will attune to his magic. Just make sure that you don't let another mage like Celeste hold it. Once it attunes to a mage, no one else can use it.
Well, that's neat. Wait, then how did... Wonderful! I just hope that you can persuade Wallace to attune to it. This girl is freaking me out, guys. Another guy. He doesn't quite look like a noble. Oh, that's Jason Steelwind, one of the chosen mages of the Scaled Lord.
Oh. Wait, Steelwind? As in...
Yes. He's the earliest recorded ancestor of House Steelwind. Legends say that the Scaled Lord bestowed his power upon him and his allies to create the first mages. She's not real, she can't hurt you. I'm not sure, man.
Wow. It's hard to even tell that he and the prosecutor belong to the same bloodline.
As with all the noble houses, House Steelwind had quite humble beginnings. Only they'd remember where they came from. It's a small table for guests. Is that wine? No, actually, it's just apple juice. Most of my guests are students, after all. Oh, that's cute. There's a window with a view of a garden. The headmaster has a nice view from up here. Hello? Hello? That's Professor Lucas Gilbert. He was an instructor here many decades ago. He was well beloved by the students here, and he was quite the accomplished scholar. And this was all despite him lacking the ability to use magic.
He studied magic without actually being able to use it?
Yes, he was quite remarkable. Unfortunately, we lost him to illness very early in his life. Well, that was neat. There's a fireplace with some burning wood. It looks pretty cozy. Is that everything? Yes. Can we present things to you? The terrible thing that happened. To think that someone would commit murder within the academy. Using necromancy, no less. Yes, it's all a lot to take in. Hey, I'm an attorney. Hello? Oops. The Imperial Academy is actually quite big when I look at it. Well, of course. We are the primary source of magical education for mages throughout the kingdom. As you may well know, most of the mages enrolled here are of the nobility. The families have invested a lot into our facilities. Nothing? Oh, the dialogue bubbles are a little bit buggy. Can you tell us about the lockdown? Nope. His arcane art is also illusion. Interesting. Nothing. Oh yeah, you fucked up the classroom. Steelwind told us that you had a bit of a mishap in Lecture Hall 2B. Yes. I was filling in for the alchemy instructor when I accidentally misread the instructions she left. I'm quite embarrassed to admit that my old age is catching up with me. Did you know, Eris is one of our top students in the study of illusion magic?
Thank you, Headmaster. I appreciate your praise.
Why do you study illusion magic, Eris?
Oh, no particular reason. I just happen to have an affinity for it. Also quite enjoyable to use my magic to deceive people.
Okay. What can you tell me about Wallace? Earlier you said, oh, this is the same dialogue. It's a long dialogue for me to accidentally say twice. I'm clicking so much. I'm clicking so much. There we go. Okay. Anything about Bellwether? Ooh, he didn't like her either. Wow, that was a whole mess of emotions. She was rather unpleasant to work with. Can you think of any enemies she might have had?
That would be a long list of people.
Eris.
It's best to be blunt with these sorts of things. As you saw this morning, she has a pretty abrasive attitude towards the students. Many people in the school didn't care for her.
Maybe she wasn't the nicest person, but would that really be enough motivation for someone to murder her?
She's often targeted and harassed students, especially those who were from the common folk. She even made a habit of expelling those students for minor infractions. For commoners, magic can be our ticket out of poverty. I can't imagine how it'd feel to have that opportunity unfairly taken from you. She put so much pressure on those students. Some of them even left the academy of their own volition. They couldn't handle her constant abuse. Even then, would that really be enough motive to commit murder? The human psyche is a fragile thing. It's astounding what someone can do when pushed to their breaking point.
What about her relationship with the faculty? In some cases, it was worse than it was with the students. She'd often treat the staff like her personal servants. I received many complaints from them about her behavior.
Sorry if this sounds rude, but why didn't you just fire her if she was such a big problem?
She's used her position to curry favor with the noble houses over the years. As you can imagine, the Academy's board is mainly comprised of nobility. If I ever tried to remove her, they would probably support her over me.
Interesting.
It's a terrible thing that happens. You think that somebody would commit murder using necromancy. Well, a lot to take in.
I think that's everything. Let's move around. Kitchen.
Nope. Oh, we can go to the barracks. Cool. No, no Wallace.
Damn it.
Okay. Arya, help. Arya.
Oh, I was supposed to present the headmaster's testimony to him. Whoopsie.
What can you tell me about that? Oh, no, we can't. Oh, my apologies. Nope, you can't talk about that. Interesting. Weird. We also didn't look at the foyer, so I would like to.
Who dis?
Statue. There's some writing on the platform it's on. Julian Chemnitz, the inventor of early artificery. So this guy is the one who invented it. Who would have thought that we could use machines to harness magical energy? Artificery is truly a marvelous invention. With it, anyone can utilize the convenience of magic without having noble blood. Although, the expenses of owning artificery present their own barrier.
But that expression on his statue. Kinda looks like he doesn't want to be here, even though his statue is huge.
He does give off that attitude, doesn't he? Painting of a professor with some kind of magical tool. There's some text under it. Dr. Paul Warrella, also known as the Archaeologist of the North. Spent many years studying and exploring the mountainous regions of Chardalon. And through his investigation, he came upon one of the many lairs of the Scaled Lord. He was honored by both the Church and the Wyvengard Historical Society for this impressive discovery. Dr. Delbert Taforos, mage, historian, archaeologist, anthropologist, and botanist. Best known for his work in studying the history of the ancient dragons. Through his work, great leaps were made in the study and development of the School of Evocation. On his arm is one of the last pseudo-dragons, which have now since gone extinct. Oh.
Prepario Arcanum.
Nope, okay. Wait, can we do that? We cannot. Unless we can. Oh, we can!
Prepario Arcanum.
There's nothing. Okay.
Kitchen.
Otherwise, I fear we may be stuck. Bread. Oh, it's a plate of bread. We'll probably serve these as sides to the entrees.
Don't get any ideas, Tyrion.
What?
Remember when we went to that fancy restaurant? You just kept ordering breadsticks and butter.
The bread is free. I might as well take advantage of it.
You know eating that many carbs isn't good for you.
Yeah. Several commonly used ingredients are close to the cooking area. Welcome back, Temsik. I may be stuck, so you have great timing.
Rack of cooking implements from the wall. Valentina must use these to cook for the students. A set of pots for cooking soups and the like. They must serve the students meals on these plates. It's a shame that they had to close the kitchen due to the investigation. There's just one egg on the floor or something. There's a sack of produce in the counter. In the counter? In the corner. There's some wine here, too. That must be for the professors. There's a large cooking station here. They must prepare the meals in bulk here. Bro, there's literally nothing. The barrel full of some sort of drink. I wonder. Probably not lotus juice, Celeste. He's cute. I doubt it.
Arcanum.
Yeah. Okay. I'm guessing we missed something either with Arya or with the headmaster. Now that I've gotten to this point, oh boy. Oh my god, it's Adrosaurus? That's really cool, because I know she used to be a really big Ace Attorney fan. That doesn't sound like her, that's crazy. I've never heard her, like, voice act, I guess. That's so fun! Adrosaurus. Okay, what have we not shown you? I know we have to get Wallace, but we don't have Wallace yet. We already did this? No. What are we missing? I'm going back to Arya really quick. What can you tell me? Nope. Eris is freaking me the fuck out, Timsik. I may be stuck, I fear. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. Maybe. Constructs. Maybe. No. What have we not presented that's, like, actually important? Did that. Okay. Headmaster's office, kitchen. It was 2B that she was in, right? Okay. I guess the implication, right, is that she would have stopped in the kitchen, maybe? Nope, nothing. Oh, there we go. What can you tell me about Catherine Bellwether? We already got this dialogue. We just put it elsewhere, that's the problem. Come on. The meeting. I heard that you had a meeting scheduled with Professor Bellwether this morning. What time was this, and when did the meeting end? Our meeting was scheduled for noon. She arrived on time, and our meeting lasted until 1 p.m. And she died at 2:01. Did anything seem off about her to you? No, she seemed to be her usual self. Why are you scared? You detect a trace of fear. Or is it nervousness? If you don't mind me asking, what was the purpose of your meeting? We met to discuss routine administrative matters. Despite our personal disagreements, we knew to stay civil when discussing professional affairs. But to be perfectly honest, it did always feel like I was treading on eggshells when speaking with her. But you were her superior, weren't you? Didn't she respect your authority? We had many arguments about how I was managing the academy. She was very vocal about her distaste for the common folk students. Good lord, she sucked. She was difficult, to say the least. Okay, maybe now I can leave. Ah, there we go.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Be right there. Yay! I want to make her Southern. Sorry, but the cafeteria is closed right now. Actually, we're here to investigate the murder. We heard that 2 members of the kitchen staff discovered the body. To quote Celeste, what a bitch! Oh, that would be me. Valentina Ianis. She's so cute! Please don't be the murderer. How about the other person? Do you know where they are right now? Oh, that would be my sister, Valerie. But I think she's somewhere else on campus right now. If you're with those nuts, we've already told them everything we know. Actually, we're investigating separately from them. I wanted to ask you some questions about what you saw. Sure. I'm gonna have to remember those details again. I'm actually going to take a moment to go get more water because my throat is fine this time. My voice feels fine. Actually, it's my jaw that is tired right now from talking. So, I will be right back once again. But then we will probably continue through this entire investigation phase. Okay, we're back. Hold on. Okay, we're back. At least my throat is not hurting this time. My like neck and jaw is not doing great. I need to do more like
physical warming up, I feel like, before I solo stream. Especially for a visual novel. To start, can you tell us how you and your sister discovered the body?
Right. My sister and I were walking in the hallway from the kitchen to the west exit. We spotted the professor in a nearby classroom. She was lying on the floor and bleeding. I used an emergency communication device to call for help. While I was doing that, my sister tried to wake her up.
That would imply that Valerie thought she could be resuscitated. Did she know if the professor was still alive or not?
We're not sure. She wasn't responding at all. She wasn't breathing and she didn't have a pulse.
I really feel like she has been dead for a hot second. And, like, the body is new. Not the body is new. The body... Like, I feel like she has been dead for a hot second, and illusions and the pre-programmed voices were used to make it seem like she was alive. I was like... because of the, like, weird way she responded to her name. What do you know about the suspect in this case? His name is Wallace Nightgrave. He's a student here.
Yep. He's that scary kid, right? The one that raises undead.
Those are just rumors.
He would never do something like that. But he studies necromancy, right?
Have you ever actually met him?
No, but I've heard the rumors. He's always hanging around the cemetery. I'm sure he's just biding his time, waiting for his chance to raise an army.
Can't be helped that people think of him that way. You can't help but be a little annoyed on his behalf. What can you tell me about Catherine Bellwether? Nobody likes her. Yet another set of complicated emotions.
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it anymore. She was a horrible person. She was really terrible to all of us.
By all of us, you mean the Academy staff?
Yeah. She always treated us like her personal servants. Sometimes she'd make messes on purpose just so she could just so she could order to clean it up. Probably sounds terrible. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are glad she's gone. I just hope we can still keep our jobs.
Interesting. And why would she be worried about that? Did you ever feel like your job was at risk because of Bellwether?
Yes, actually. She was actually planning to fire all of the staff.
All of the staff? That can't be true, can it? The Academy needs the staff to function.
I'm not sure about the details. That's just what Jan told us.
Who's Jan?
He's one of the Academy's custodians. You can probably find him cleaning the halls if you look around.
Was her plan to replace them with these? Nothing. This is the same. Yep. Master's actions. Compendium map? Maybe? Nope. This is, I assume, the same thing? Yeah. I feel like we're gonna need to go back to the... Oh no, there's a hallway now. He's not here.
Arcanum.
Are you enjoying the end of case 1 and start of case 2? I'm having very much fun. I am having a lot of fun. Especially taking down Pierce was enjoyable. I wonder if we can see Wallace now. Nope. Okay. Aria, help. Aria, help. foyer, maybe? Bro, what did we forget? Okay, go back to the kitchen. We clearly forgot something. Wallace Nightmare. Wallace Nightgrave. I'm an attorney. Damn. Kitchen? Or no. It was the other place that smelled bad. You were there. Nope. Huh? Damn. Really? Tell me about yourself? Help. Tell me what I'm missing. Wallace? Ah! What do you know about the suspect in this case? Oh, no, it's the same one. Never mind. Ah, there we go. What can you tell me about the headmaster?
Oh, he's a really nice person. We would have never gotten a job here if it weren't for him.
Really?
Yeah. He has connections with the local community center.
Oh, give the area a look over again? Okay.
He hires people from the common folk to work here at the academy.
Let's look around. Celeste, this room was close to the crime scene. Did you cast Detect Magic and scan for magical traces?
Sure.
Did he just say scan for magical traces? Oh, I'll just get out of your way then. Wow, she just bolted out of the room. Are you secretly a mage? What's that about? Okay. I assume we can't. Oh, nope, we already did that. Never mind. I assume there's nothing still. Yeah, it was just her. Interesting. Now we go to the hallway. You spot Valentina again. She's speaking to someone in a blue-collar uniform. Could this be the custodian she mentioned? Jan, where have you been? You still haven't fixed the plumbing in this kitchen sinks. Someone just died. Can we take the day off for once? Causing trouble for me and Valentina. Please be reasonable. They are twins! Wait, why is Valentina suddenly speaking in the third person? Oh. Hello.
Valentina?
Oh, my apologies. I can see why you're confused. I'm not Valentina. I'm her sister, Valerie.
Are you trying to trick us or something? You look exactly the same.
You remember reading about something like this before? You two are identical twins, aren't you? You're both genetically identical to each other. They're both stupid.
Yes, we are.
Wait, this means that she was the one who discovered the body alongside Valentina. Since we have you here, do you mind if we ask you some questions about what happened?
I'm terribly sorry. I've already spent a lot of time looking for Jan here. I'm really behind on my work. But Jan was also nearby when we discovered the body. I'm sure he can answer your questions.
Or you have a chance to object. Valerie quickly walks away. Wait. Tyrion and Celeste's relationship is based on sharing the one brain cell.
You want me to go after her? I'm pretty sure I can catch up to her.
No, we don't want to scare those two more than we already have. Anyway, Valeria said that Jan was around when the murder happened. Maybe he saw something. Jan Hughes. Jan, was it? You mind if we ask you some questions about what happened? Really? Whatever. At least I have an excuse to take a break now. So, Jan, are you a part of the staff here? Yep, I'm a janitor. I clean and I do odd jobs here and there. Well, apparently that's all he has to say about that. Valerie mentioned that you were close to Lecture Hall 2B before they found Bellwether. Tyrion's brain cell bounces between Eat the Rich, Chess, and Man, King, or God. When it's Eat the Rich, it's not his brain cell, it's Ruby holding on to it. It's Ruby standing there in place of his brain cell. What were you doing when the twins discovered the body? I was cleaning the halls. Bellwether knocked over a vase, and there were shards and dirt everywhere. Wait, you saw the professor before the twins arrived? Yeah, like I said, she broke the vase right in this hallway. Probably 20 to 30 minutes before the twins found the body. You might have been the last person to see her alive. Do you see where she went after breaking the vase? Yeah, I think she went into that room over there. Dan points to the lecture hall that Bellwether was found in. Did you see anyone else enter the lecture hall? Honestly, not sure. I was more worried about cleaning the mess she made. Well, did you notice anything off about her? I was in a pretty bad mood. But honestly, it was pretty normal for her. She was walking real slow. I'm telling, it's the construct. With an illusion on it. Didn't notice her at first and she basically shoved me out of her way. After that, she knocked over that vase. Didn't even say anything after that, but she yelled at me to be quiet. I'm telling you! Did you see where she went after that? Not really. The only thing in that direction is Lecture Hall 2B. I can't imagine her going anywhere else. What can you tell me about Catherine Bellwether? Heard that she had a pretty bad relationship with the staff. She had a bad relationship with just about everyone. Students, the other teachers, I can't think of many people who actually did get along with her. I'm sure you had your own share of bad experiences with her. Yeah. She'd always yell at me when I was taking too long to get a job done. Hate to say it, but things are a lot more peaceful around here without her. That's blunt, to say the least. You can't exactly blame him for thinking that. Valentina mentioned something interesting. Did you tell her that Bellwether was going to fire the academy staff? Yeah, I remember that. What made you think that she was going to do something like that? You know those arcane constructs in the library? Bellwether was the one that ordered them.
Oh yeah, they're so cool.
Well, a few weeks ago I overheard a meeting she was having with the headmaster. From what I heard, she was planning to order more constructs and entirely replace the staff.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure the headmaster rejected her proposal. I don't know. From the way she was talking, it sounded like he didn't have a say in the matter. Only the headmaster would have the authority to fire the staff. Automation, how topical. Ugh. But no, all I know is that she hated having common folk in the schools, even among the staff. She was really miffed that he was hiring common folk from the community center. I kind of want the culprit to be the headmaster. I kind of want it to be him. I wonder if we can go see Wallace now. Yay! Oh. Wallace? Who are you? What do you want?
Wallace, it's Celeste and Tyrion. From the library, remember?
Oh. Right.
How are you doing?
Apparently not well. Please tell me you're going to get me out of here. Oh my god, why do I have to add it in? I keep telling them that I didn't do it. I had to permit that because Automa didn't allow it. They still won't let me go. I'm sorry, Wallace. But they found traces of necromancy magic on the body. And because of that, they're going to push your case to trial. What? Oh, kid. This This can't be happening. Oh. Please calm down. We know that you're innocent. With that said, would you let me represent you in court? Oh, right. You said you were a lawyer. But I don't really have any money to pay you with. Don't worry about that. For now, let's just focus on getting you acquitted. What? Oh. Oh! Well, I guess it doesn't matter anyways. Not like I have anything else to lose. Not exactly the reaction you were expecting. But at least he's cooperating. I don't understand. I was with you in the library the entire time. Why do they still think I'm the murderer? You told the Inquisition, right? Did you tell them that I'm innocent? We did. But as we said before, there are traces of necromancy on the body. And with the state of the body, they believe that she was murdered with a necromancy spell. Apparently, that makes you their prime suspect. I see. Wallace, we heard about the type of magic that you're studying.
Don't worry. The headmaster explained it to us already. You just want to use necromancy to become a doctor, right?
I understand that you have reservation about talking about your magic. But in order to build a case for you, I need your spell compendium. I don't have one. I know, Eris already told us about that. Why she gave us a blank one for you to attune to. Do I have to? It's your life on the line. We need all the information we can get to help you. Sorry, you're right. I'll attune to it. Yay! Oh! Prestidigitation. Mend wounds. Illusory disguise. I'm telling you. Revive, animate corpse, and necrotic blight. That's not good. Okay, we already know that one. Mend wounds. 1 minute. Heals the wounds over the casting time. Wounds wounds on the target are magically healed without leaving any scars or bruises. He may have tried to save her. That is such a funny... That is such a funny, like, thumbnail for it. Wait, no, go back! Hold on, I'll go through all of them and then, like, actually look at... Oh god, there's so many. Look at them in the notes. Christ. Spells. There we go. Illusory disguise. Places an illusion on the target. It lasts for an hour, and it's not concentration. Moves with the target for the duration. And make it look 1 foot larger or smaller. Yeah, that sounds about right. Elements hidden by the spell are made invisible. You cannot make physical contact with it. Does you cannot make physical contact with it mean, like... That just means, like, your hand will pass through it, right? Okay. Revive. Results may vary. It cannot resuscitate someone who's been dead for more than a minute. Animate corpse. Reanimates the target using life energy. Creating an undead minion. Okay, so this is... Yeah. For 8 hours. Yeah, that's not a good look. Yeah, there's no physical evidence, but there is a magical trace. I think he may have tried to heal her. And that's the necromantic energy. But she did bleed out with no wounds being there. So I think she got stabbed or something. Actually, hold on. Autopsy. Cause of death is not apparent, but very likely necromancy. Died at 2:01. Body shows no cuts or bruising. Death was not caused by poison or disease. Yeah, I think she got, like, stabbed or something. Necromancy and illusion. The illusion on her body is interesting. Because I'm sold on it's one of the constructs. But maybe it wasn't. The spookiest route for them to go is that she's been dead for a long time and has been revived. Spells in his compendium are still pretty gruesome. It's a little terrifying that spells like this even exist. Sorry, I know I was being difficult. A long time ago, I showed my compendium to someone I trusted. After she saw my necromancy spell, she told everyone in the academy. It's also when Professor Bellwether started coming after me. I'm sorry, that must have been hard for you. At least you had Eris. Yeah, I did.
How did you and Eris become friends anyways?
Another hint of fear. Are her fears related to Eris? Oh, it's a bit of a strange story. This game is giving a lot of D&D ideas, yeah. Sometimes the other students would steal the ID number off my locker. And they'd switch it with the one on another locker. I thought it was funny whenever the owner got angry with me. Eris had a bit of a reputation around our school. Not sure why, but everyone was scared of her, even the students from nobility. Probably due to some baseless rumors. One day someone switched my nameplate with hers. I was so scared when she approached me I couldn't even say anything. But she didn't get angry like the others. She just apologized and gave me back my nameplate. After that, she randomly started talking to me whenever she saw me. We became friends after that. That's nice. Good thing he was able to find a friend in a place like that. So I have to ask. If it's caused you so much trouble, why are you still studying necromancy? I want to use it to become a doctor. The headmaster told us the same thing. But you could have just stopped learning after learning the healing spells. Why are you learning spells that can steal people's life force and raise undead? Life and death are two sides of the same coin. That's the key principle behind necromancy. First Undead was actually a failed attempt to resurrect a human using magic.
Wow, I never knew that.
Right now, basic necromancy can only heal injuries and wounds. It can't do anything for diseases or deformities. If I could just keep studying, I know that I can create a new type of necromancy. One that can cure diseases and save lives. He specifically wants to cure diseases. Something happened to him to motivate him that much? I think I can already guess the answer to this question. But how was your relationship with Catherine Bellwether? Exactly what you'd expect. Cool. Eris is so normal. She's just a nice, friendly girl. After word got out about what I was studying, Professor Bellwether would always target me. She'd start yelling at me for the smallest mistakes. She'd do that to some of the other students too, and she'd focus on the ones that were poor like me. It's terrible. I'd wake up each day dreading the possibility that she'd notice me in the hallways. I knew how to avoid her and stay out of her way. Sometimes she'd just come looking for me. Can't believe that after everything she did, she's just gone. You must have mixed emotions about what happened. I honestly don't know how I feel about it. To be honest, I've always wished she would just disappear. Now that it's finally happened, I just feel even more afraid. Feels like she's going to come back from the grave to haunt me. Even with Bellwether gone, his trauma will still probably linger. I think I'm starting to put things together now.
Have you figured something out?
Yeah, I just need some time to think through everything. Okay, hello. The prosecution wants to implicate Wallace despite his alibi. They wouldn't have a reason to do this unless the evidence heavily implicated him. We've learned that Wallace is a necromancer. And he's the only person at the academy that's capable of high-level necromancy. Oh god. Magical trace of necromancy was found in the classroom on the body. There's a trace of necromancy on the body.
That means they think that Wallace used one of his necromancy spells. Even without seeing the traces, it's pretty obvious that magic was used on the body.
Right, because there aren't any wounds on it. And the autopsy report found no signs of poison or disease. If I know Prosecutor Steelwind, she probably already has a theory on which spell he might have used. Prosecution will probably argue that Wallace used one of his spells to kill Bellwether. Necrotic Blight. They'll probably say that he used Necrotic Blight.
That makes sense.
Necrotic Blight would have drained the life force from her body. Yeah, she wouldn't have been wounded by it. But that's where the contradiction lies. Let's suppose that Wallace did kill Bellwether using Necrotic Blight. There's something at the crime scene that wouldn't be there if that were true. Lewd. Floor was covered in blood. Alternatively, you could say Bellwether's body. Necrotic Blight is a spell that doesn't inflict any visible wounds. Ooh. Okay, Violin. There shouldn't have been any blood on the body.
But then what really happened?
That's the last piece. If I had to guess, the information we need is being hidden by one of the witnesses who discovered the body.
Valentina.
She's definitely hiding something. No, you asked, but I do believe Celeste's outfit has leg slits. There's official art of her that has it, but it's spoilers, so I'll wait on that. Ooh. I tried looking for, like, a transparent image of just this sprite, but I didn't want to go too far into spoilers, so I did not get to see any of them that had, like, a full body illustration. One day. Did you notice how she reacted when I asked you to scan the room?
Yeah, she ran away.
She didn't even try to be subtle about it. With the way she reacted, I think she may have been trying to hide herself from your detect magic. Which can only mean that there's a magical trace on her.
I wonder what she's trying to hide.
There's only one way to find out. Next time you see her, could you subtly cast detect magic and scan her?
Alright. It's been a while since we talked to her. Valerie also mentioned that they still had work to do today. She might be back in the Academy's kitchen for now.
Hi, Wallace. I don't want to leave him. I feel bad. Those two are finally gone. I can finally get some cleaning done. Okay, there she is. Use detect magic to scan her from here.
Right.
Just don't shout the incantation like you always do.
I know that. Alright, here goes. Repario Arcana. What the?
What is it?
There's a trace of magic on her.
I knew it. Which school of magic is it?
It's necromancy. There's a trace of necromancy on her.
What?
What do we do now?
We're still not sure how this fits in with everything. For now, let's talk to her and see if we can get more information out of her. If all else fails, we can confront her with the evidence we have. Oh, it's you two again. Alright, just relax. All I have to do is repeat what I told them last time. Sacks of opportunity. Very fun. Fortunately for her, that won't work this time. Miss Ionis, did you know there's a trace of necromancy on Bellwether's body? That's what he used to kill the professor, right? Necromancy spell? That's the thing. If that were true, a lot of the evidence we found doesn't make sense. I think someone else cast a spell on the body. Oh, it may have been her. Is it possible that you saw someone use magic on Bellwether? No, definitely not. One of them may have been the ones to heal her. I see. Her thoughts are an open book now. You beat her in an argument, her thoughts might show you what she's hiding. Let's fucking go. Replacing violin with a saxophone makes the song better. She found the body alongside her sister and reacted strangely when you mentioned someone may have used magic on the body. What is she hiding? Yeah, let's go. Oh, he's a little fucked up. Miss Ionis, from the very beginning, I felt like you've been hiding something from us. Valentina is more concerned with protecting herself than doing the right thing. She will continue to hide her secrets unless she thinks that doing so is dangerous for her. She sees Wallace as a villainous necromancer and will not feel pity for him. Something you're not telling us about. What are you talking about? I told you in the nights everything I know. I got nothing to hide. Miss Ionis, it's clear to anyone how nervous you are.
Tyrion, where did all this random flying words come from? What the fuck?
I can practically see the fear that you're emanating right now. Just tell us the truth. It'll be a lot easier. For the both of us. Let's say I were hiding something. Which I'm not, by the way. I don't have to tell you anything. Should I tell you anything? I know my rights. My client is innocent. That's not gonna work. Nothing to lose by telling us what happened. I know you're not the murderer. I'll make sure you're protected. We're threatening her. You've already given your statement to the Inquisition. If the truth comes out, what do you think they'll do when they realize you lied to them? Who are you protecting, Miss Ionis? You talk a big game. I bet you can't actually prove anything, can you? You think I'm lying to protect someone? I don't even know any mages. I definitely didn't see anyone use magic on the body. Might just be that. Maybe? You can't hide the truth from us, Miss Ionis. What? You said that you've never even seen a necromancy spell before. If that were true, then why is there a trace of necromancy on you? Wait, what? There's a trace of necromancy on me? What? Did she not know about the spell that was cast on her? No, that doesn't make any sense. If she didn't know about the trace, she wouldn't have avoided Celeste back then. There must be an explanation for this. You successfully argued against Valentina Ionis. I think she doesn't realize that healing is necromancy, but she does, like, still want to hide the magic. This is crazy. Why is there a trace of necromancy on me? Am I gonna die? Am I gonna become a zombie? That's strange. Is she really unaware that a spell was cast on her? Or is she playing dumb? She knows that someone used magic on her. She doesn't know that spell was necromancy.
Must have been a healing spell. Oh, Tyrion, you won an argument! And you didn't even have to traumatize me about my dad's death this time. Spell...
The spell cast on Valentina healed her.
I think we all need therapy.
The spell cast on Valentina killed her. No. Calm down, Miss Ionis. Not all necromancy spells relate to the undead. Healing spells are also from the school of necromancy.
Healing spells? Oh, it was from that time she healed that cut.
That implies she knows a mage who studies healing magic. That person be a student here? Sorry, I just remembered there's something else I have to do. I'll be right back. I don't know.
Hey, come back here.
Oh, she ran away again.
I can catch her. There's no way that she can outrun me.
No, the Inquisition is still stationed around the surrounding areas. Probably intervene if we started harassing one of the witnesses.
Oh, that's true. We weren't able to learn anything.
Actually, I did learn one thing. She has a friend who can cast a healing spell on her.
Really? How'd you figure that out?
Good deductive reasoning.
Wow. Well, healing magic is also a form of necromancy, right? I guess that explains the trace on her. It's a good thing we know Wallace. Otherwise, we might have also thought that a necromancer was trying to kill her.
Wait a minute. That's it.
What? Did you figure something out?
This whole time, we've been wondering why there's a trace of necromancy on the body. It isn't because someone attacked Bellwether with a necromancy spell. It's because someone used necromancy in an attempt to heal her.
Oh, I see. It doesn't matter what type of necromancy spell someone uses. Spells from the same school of magic leave the same type of trace.
Oh, yeah, the fake out with Ruby. I figured she was going to be fine because we don't really know that much about her, but I was like a little worried. I was also a little worried she might be the killer. Not just that, the body clearly has blood on it. What would happen if someone used a healing spell on a wounded body?
It would close all of that body's wounds.
In other words, it would remove any cuts or bruises.
Well, interrogating Valentina may have been a dead end. But it still gave us just what we needed to win this case.
I'm not so sure that was a dead end.
What do you mean? It's not that suspicious that she asked someone to heal her if she injured herself.
But if it's only that, why would she go to so much trouble to hide it? It's too coincidental. The wounds on the body were healed by an unknown person. And the person who found the body is hiding the identity of a healer. Has to be Valerie. They have to be the same person.
I guess that makes sense. So what do we do now?
Valentina is definitely onto us. I doubt we'll get a third chance to speak with her. Hopefully, what we have now is enough to acquit Wallace. You've done everything you can. Use what you learned to poke holes in the prosecution's case. And if that doesn't work, you can drag Valentina onto the witness stand and pull the truth out of her. You just hope that what she's hiding is enough to acquit Wallace. I don't want to pull that out on the witness stand. Oh! Hello.
I demand to know why you're still holding onto my rapier.
Bitch, that's Weiss Schnee.
It's a precious family heirloom and I want it back. It's evidence in the current case.
Evidence? The professor was killed with necromancy.
Was she, though?
Why are you asking me? You're the one that's investigating this.
I suppose it doesn't matter. Just know that I will bring her murderer to justice. No matter who it may be.
I would like to save. And I would like to wrap the stream for tonight because my mouth is tired. No, go back. No, leave. No, leave. Exit the application. Oh, I didn't mean to completely turn it off. Oops. Hold on, I'll put it back on for mood music. It's funny when it doesn't have mood music and it's just silent. Give me a moment. Whoops. We get to hear all the menu sounds, it's fine. There we go. Okay, we have the mood music going on. Anyway. Blet. My voice is tired. Where did my chat window go? Oh, there it is. Anyway, my voice is tired. That was a solid stream. It was 3.5 hours. Yeah. I think this is the pace that we'll keep going at. Anyway, updates before I end the stream. I now have a VOD channel. If you did not catch the last stream, you can now catch up with my VODs on my VOD channel. Any edits and such will still go on my main YouTube channel, but this is where I will splat whatever full VODs of the stream onto. Anyway, VOD channel. If you're not already in my Discord server, join my Discord community server. There's a Tyrion Cuthbert channel now. What else is there? I have a Ko-fi page. If you would like to support me, the easiest and most direct way to do it is through Ko-fi. It's never required, always appreciated. Other ways to support me. Oh, also, because my layout is new, if you're on my Twitch, you can see in the panels below, in the About section. 1, they're all pretty now. 2, there is like a support me button, and that should lead directly to my Ko-fi. Other things that I have, Nexus. To support me, you can buy off of my Nexus store. Currently on there is Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy, The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective, the Devil May Cry HD Trilogy, I think it's called. And then also you can buy all of the mainline Ace Attorney games in a bundle called the Ace Attorney Anthology now. If you're in my Discord server, you can also request other games from me. Capcom games take priority, but I do have some non-Capcom options that I can look into for y'all. But yeah, that's my Nexus store. What the hell else is there? Is that it? I think that's it. Pretty sure. I have a Throne wish list, but like I don't entirely know what's on it, so I'm not really gonna. It's whatever. It's whatever. Anyway, Benui. I am going to brain rot about this for another week. I will be back on Saturday, possibly Friday also. I may double up on how often I stream this before September hits, because there's a lot of game left. And I only stream so much in a day. So I may add another day to my streaming setup. Alternatively, I may go somewhat into September with this game, along with investigations. We will see what happens and what I am available for. But yeah, otherwise, I should be back here Saturday, 7 p.m. Central, as usual on my Twitch. But yeah. Anyway, is anybody live right now that I know? Because if they are, then we can do a raid and it'll be fun. But I don't think anybody I know is live right now. Ooh, Twitch wants to tell me so bad. Twitch doesn't want to tell me so bad. I guess we'll never know. I don't think anybody that I know was live right now. If they are, I'm sorry. Oh, Nightbot's doing all the things right now. Hold on. Nightbot can play us out. I don't care. It's going to take a couple minutes. Thank y'all for a wonderful stream as usual. I will see y'all next week. Goodbye.